Sensei Finance. For all your money transfer needs from UK to the Gambia, we offer services including cash pickups, bank deposits, cash power purchase, and mobile top-up. Pick up at any MSJ branches throughout the country. We are open for business every day, including Sundays. Download our easy-to-use app and enjoy the best rates in the market. Available on all Android and iOS devices.
Kerr is a real estate company that focuses on property development within the Gambia. We pride ourselves with providing not just quality and durable houses, but also state-of-the-art designs tailored to our clients' tastes and expectations. Our unique experience and expertise is second to none in the industry. We are currently building and selling 3-bedroom bungalows at Sukuta Traffic Lights and Jabang. We're also building and selling 3-bedroom story buildings at Sukuta Paradise. Other sites are also in the pipeline. With Kerr, payment options are available. With just 40% deposit, you can get your house started. For more information, contact us on 329-5188, 727-0049, 709-8418. You can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Kerr. With Kerr, you are assured of a secure investment.
The Fund for Regional Stabilization and Development FRSD within fragile regions in ECOWAS member states seeks to strengthen the capacities of the ECOWAS Commission and selected member countries to shape social economic stabilization processes in the region. The FRSD program supports the establishment of a funding mechanism, a flexible, efficient and effective tool to prevent and react to socio-economic crises in the ECOWAS sub-region. This includes organizational and capacity development at the level of the ECOWAS Commission. The fund targets people affected by societal crises and their economic consequences in West Africa. The pilot project in the Gambia supports skills development and financial services along the horticulture, poultry and fisheries value chains. FRSD targets 3,000 beneficiaries comprising of youth, women and migrant returnees between 16 to 35 years resident in any of these regions: Greater Banjul area, Lower River region and Upper River region. We provide capacity building training opportunities, inform beneficiaries on financial services, support micro-business startups in the agricultural sector, and offer psychosocial services for returnees. Our focus on value chains makes it possible to look at the big picture of income opportunities for the young generation in the Gambia. We look at the full range of activities needed to create a product or service from its conception to its consumption, design, production, marketing and distribution on the local as well as regional markets. GIZ is supporting the ECOWAS Commission to implement the Gambia pilot project activities in the Gambia.
Assalamu alaikum baringol ngali konton kale bismillah ko reke mo be Kerr Fatou jibe kanyin tembe namba fulale ko ala barka baki alkadi grand Bantaba jibe ale min kanale arjuma ninyi wato sida do mba fulale ko mutanale ne ko reke ani arjuma kotenda of course aning luntan dola ngana sponsor tentu ke je bake mili alon ko to leñum programme fasa ka sembenti andi Kerr ito leb number 1 ti korda wa for Gambia banko kanjang al kordal soro dulal beto Gambia banko kanjang al tata dawda al be kordal soro la je ani location la mi alon ko beti ata bagele ila normal be tarabore kan screen o do mal se kumandi ka kordalo fanan kere nata lafta ka la korda law nata korda fanam be bulu already lafta ka law isi Kerr finder contact no le of course am ibe la korda law le ando ita problem sort la je ni korda sanje la korda kayto ka process le within a short period of time iya soto sa Gambia nol be bita kam wolto pour kade la korda sang but momo lafta kodo kila nan Gambia banko kan jang soniyata le aki aning Sensei Finance la Sensei Finance mu kodi ki bundal ti miyalon ko Gambia din jamal be muna fan kala le surtout molu miyalon ko wolle be Gambia bantala sang bayring bunda keme fula nyongol Sensei Finance wolle soto jang alfutata bunda to drong al sala kodota wata alte problem soto la ando ate mela fanan manki ko kata karang bayring na bundal siata tata dawda dong be la kodo receive lale andu ite problem o sor la woto ni be kodo kila Gambia jandong aki aring Sensei Finance la Sensei Finance fana application o sor le mi alon ko isa download no le Play Store wala App Store mi download dong isi credit ko sanno je wala isi cash power fana sanno alta aliela abonyin taka download bi fana murtana len ne kote ke anin arjuma dola pour ka kacha kol mi alon ko wolle be kering Gambia banko kan jang nene dila dalal benen arjuma wati
booba jërëjëf dila jaajëfal dila wax assalamu alaykum di jaajëfal suma natangoy tey nag moom Shirifo rek laa fi am
waaw tey moom Shirifo rek
billahi
no other option
seriously so Shirifo tey lu fi xew rek xamal ne yow rek a fi nekk nga nangul ma ko rek dégg nga
Shirifo waxoon na ne yow ak
maa faafa
yaa faafa la
billahi so mu tam doon définir ma doon try pour na moye wala dina la fitanum baake pour na moye ke jang
ma ñaalo lo mo tax nga bañu tok di haat faafa
waaw ndeysaan bëggoon naa mu ñëw waaye yaram bi neexul
yaram bi nene bu wax fi yaram fi du mun a wax fi de yaram fi du mun a am na mu la wax feebar lu wax boobu noonu du ko jël taw bi laalul ko taw bi laalul ko amul soj waaw
bari man ta fafa jiwe
buba minen kam non fo nawde ngo buba ay no ko fafa mon sasa fem mankala atle alo me atna man
okay itele ye wole belief nte dum na molem ay min fo nyente be wo belief
amuna wole fe kolem
na fe
kolem abu do
ay min fo be wole belief la abalo mang sahaya ika fo nyama ay
na man
sahaya bari mba duwala pour alaye kendo diela ay jata kende ya ay fesaya next week Friday ay najang pare naman na Shirifo be abe wacar la dorong
daga na wacar dialon ne fama kay abortole do simple ala bo do fama bortole
Shirifo mbula
afo ne am ne yow waxal ne fama dafa daw rek ñu continuer
fama bor rek juma la
dafa daw ada ad mom xam na ko situation be mu da mu ngi daw ko dina ñëw de
thank you so much
man pare ma sto hal Shirifo bu bàyyi ma may nuyu suñ gan bi rek moom ci kanam dinañ ko dugal ñëpp xam kan la di wax rek ngeen baalal ma tey dama soj bu bon waaye li ma si jaaxal ak soj bi yëpp maa ngi bugg a dee ma wax nit si suba mu ne ma yéen nii ne sa baat bi nu mel nii ma ne ko luy xew xanaa dama soj mu ne ma yow da nga war di soj parce que sa baat baa ngi neex xaw ma nag yéen mi maa déglu lan ngeen ci gis na baat baa ngi neex
confirm na ko
baat bi neex na neexut boobu benn nit la dinaa bëgg ko yéen na ngay wax ma sa baat baa ngi neex te na neexut su boobaa next time su ma sojee du ma ñëwaat fii nii so yéen fans yi di leen wax ne rek di kontaan rek ci yéen parce que saa yu nekk yéenay tax ñuy ñëw soo leen ñu seetaanutee duñ fi ñëw yéen a tax ñuy toog fii nii te yéen a tax ñu yëg ne li ñuy def am na solo parce que pour waxtaan la indi yokkute indi jëm kanam ci réew parce que réew mi ñu ñëpp a ko bokk li fi xew suñ ko waxtaanee wut kon kenn du xam da mu ngi ñooy indi jëm kanam da baax na da baaxul borom kër bi nag saa yu nekk moom dama koy xaasam Fatou su ma doon gëwal taga ko tey waaye xam nga naka lañ dee tegee tuure yi li ma ci xam rek mooy mandi muuri falaa am so dina jokkoo ak naka lañ ko doon waxatee sax jali naka la tuddaa jali bacc waaw jali bacc moom mu tagal ma ko waaw kooku dinaa ko baatare mu tagal ma ko waaye di wax na rek kenn du yow Fatou dundal ba say fan di saawaan di baawaan xam nga olof day wax ne gi nga béy doole gi nekk ci moom ba tax muy pati doole gi ko uppa mu ngi ci ñay waaye mu ngi ne tekkaaral yëngatuwul waxut du ne dara de daa xam valeur am xam qualité am xam lim àndal xam lim mun parce que bu yëngoo rek fu nekk yëngatu soo yëngu-yëngu bi dafa am fu mu war a yëngu kon nel tekk nel pat yooyay ñeegi Fatou na say fan di saawaan di baawaan yow dundal sa dunda am na njëriñ.
Thank you so much. Kooku moo kat nii nii comme nee nu mu ko waxee nag tey MC nekkut fi bi MC Mantaraja so nga decide le pour ka je ko MC ale ne MC mu UDP le so Sirfo fana mu UDP le so nga decide le saying Sirfo will come this week then MC and next week.
So they will alternate.
Yes, I be ñoo falina.
Wa bu man dina na musuma xarit ci hall bi di.
Ndam ko ndama de léegi every ñaara weeks la every 2 weeks.
Waaw.
So
di kay.
Léegi moom why cancel bi da nga na gis cancel sitting kañ la.
Every month.
Da nga na gis.
Te gis naa so waaye si cancel bi sax bi tey. MC is so boy. So waaye
MC waaye.
Waaji.
Waaye MC. So MC ni Sirfo be karna ñoo falin na le sign because ibe mu UDP le di progaje ko ka Paul Blasindi baaji la ni Sirfo bi jang abe UDP le defen la ni MC fanan nada so the same thing so kafa bi amang kende wala tana mandano bari bayo
kende ko bondi ku
fafa bi intele be jam pour fafa la
ya yo kende ko bondi
announce ko bi intele be jam pour fafa
ne be jam pour fafa bi ne be MPP ne be jam pour fafa
fafa be MPP
malam de etla ko be jam fafa an fafa ko be jam pour fafa yo mo la ne be jam pour fafa on behalf of MPP
exactly
fafa na jumale jam
fafa na ta fafa la
fafa be MPP le jam
abe MPP be
how can I be UDP when Fafa is here for whatever
Fafa na anita fa na ta fa wala
okay na ko say sa mana UDP ko di orja ni man na UDP sa ko na di emay ani no emon fa so no fa ko biya tele be jam pour Fafa so guys ala baraka ba coming da dalta ka nyaamen do Friday kana arjumo nali kacha bankola ko wala some of the current issues milialon ko wala be caring bi arjumo fanan o ko kilo ndrom na raka diam wala ko mengal fon yalo nyame ko be caring Facebook o be during but na do ta fanan mo be yalo jumala tam Facebook o a tiol lon so Facebook o tiol right now they are controlling the Facebook and they will keep controlling it because ntol ne tamu so wala be caring
jam munate ko intol le patamu jula ma dem woti
Facebook ntol le tam
juma dem tolfi
MC mele
lay leer
MC mele naga talabansi ñoo moom Facebook talabansi gambe fii talabansi ñoo moom Facebook waaw so wo ko be caring bare bido membe caring don ba fula mole ko mel kan no ala barka bake na bar musuma me ya lon ko woletamu television o nyindi ba fula ko Fatou abaraka sa fo ko don dunya mu sabarolete adamadu ni sabarta ala subhanahu wa ta'ala elafta momen ala ka dilale oto ila sabaro nyin kawla ala be kayra jama kele kayra bodo ala be wala kele ila palaso me ya lonko e ba kurkuru kampra wuli alma alaye ma ko ay futa ko elafta ay futa damento adamadu jawun tan nak pour le success ka ko ale e ko momen ka success e fo ke mur me alon ko jawole tarela bari mba fule don ise sabaro ta ye nyaalo sunkumba kan ila do ko me ila daka ke nyame ato me alon ko alkan jibe mbal folo kanne mba fula la barka bake alla comment sunol nyin wado nga jibele anun ka lamoyle alla observation mo menti ngeta jele oto mba fula ko bi arjumo fana al social la moy na luntamba me ya lon ko nabe kaja sot la jang ka dum maro melamati bara ba fula jam bi mem mati fata mo politicien de bang fo jongoli sole bang biya ko la jan fo activiste wala e ba musta dalla be jang
be mba introduce la nyame mbara no how mba introduce la nyame sai be confuse ndikan be sirfo be confuse
ndile
no bari e ka okay
ko fo jongoli sole bang fo activiste wala bang fo politicien wala bang asane lafta wala la biya be ko la jan ko
bare fo mote kala wo beti
parce que no
exactly
asija san afano ma beti na yo fana bi fana mo fana kajara ay ka beti
okay no problem
introduce
no problem why buba gerebo
Nene is 100% corrupt. Nene is very corrupt. I know that very well.
bari nga fole kon bi ben tebe jam pour fa so fego fen na to dorog expect
s'il faut développer pare da fa fa ñëw repeat man pare na de
waaye ba ko gëna pare waaye bu bala nga continuer ak suñu gan bi ma just bëggoon na rek thank a very nice sister of mine koo xam ne xaw ma ko si social media bi di seetaan suñ programme bi bugga ko bugga boo xam ne déedéet kay number one bi daf ko fàtte
number one mu ngi toog number one mu ngi toog
buuba kii daal non dëgg suñ ne bugga dafa am man gëm naa ko imagine koo xam ne mosuloo koo gis téléphone rek ngeen wax reach out to man soppa bi nga xam ne ma toog barki démb rek mu yónnee nit ku doon ñëw Gambia from Holland jox ko kawar gi ne pour man la xoolal ma lii rek defu si kawar gi rek de emu ci sax de baag bii nii guest bag la enu waa rek jox ma ne ma tiyel waaw lii yëpp
xam naa bi original la
mooy yow man duma téye bete dama ci fi fa yang di wax di wanjaayo ne ko rek kontaan naa trop si moom di ko ñaanal yàlla yokk ko lim def ci man yal na ko yàlla yokkal ba mu yëg ko buga gim ma buga man dama la ne njaayoo sa bos xëy na waaye man suma bos dafa diis ni gandaxi géej xam nga loolu neexut a enu maa la gën a bugg yow na sa jàmm ma yàgg yow jërëjëf kontaan naa si yow.
Ndiaye kontaan nañ bu baax a baax. waaw kontaan nañ bu baax a baax.
so number one.
waaw
number one.
so tey ku ma ñëwal nag is Binta mu ma ñëwal tey ji ngeen soo leen bëggee am cuub bii nii. aywa xam nga suma problème moo nekk how ma peace that is my problem but this is original Ramatulaye wax na ma ko Fatou Silla wax na ma ko Siré wax na ma ko. Kasa waxul ma ko kasa woon du ma ko wax.
Oh my God.
But then so leen bëggee am these original things na lafta ñu sifa sorola atelier bayo dinna atelier akara. Thank you so much Binta. Ala kumandi ala nombato.
Ba man bima ñëwee wax naa ne sa yére bi am na ñam. Bi ma ñëwee wax naa ne yére bi am na ñam. Nice na waaw.
Si panel bi yow kenn yaa ma ko wax am na ñoo xam ne waxuñ ma ko.
Okay.
man duma ko woon number one saa nekk number one
ma dama waar dama jeexale ñu ne ku amee xar bi rek nga bàyyi buum bi waaw ku amee xar bi rek sirifo bàyyi buum bi waaw
number one saa nekk number one Kasarab mooy number one fii. Kasarab mooy number one fii. yëpp am na loolu.
la moo tax amul xaalisam bi du ma si sori sax.
waaw bu sori rek.
I give the call on 241 0641 241 0641 241 0641 Binta be Costa Road le Gara Soto Binta be Costa Road Gara Soto atelier Gambia be no Karato atelier ñing Kara. Dal fata je don albe Binta tara je la mo kende ba atimino ka abe muile ko dal fata je alba bi ngalunta o min sota to mamma ba Gambia banko kanjam ko fosam sirfo ya fo nyamen Kexx Sanneh ngatele soro to fo mo ke mesenneti Sanneh molka mo jamali ya long fananka PDOIS support bari mol fana ya lonne ko sam aka court reporting milike aning investigative story dol mi alon ko akake ate fon la page to min kera Kexx news ti ala do ko jamal bi jere mi alon ko akake ko sam Gambe banko kanjang bi ngatele soto di grand Bantaba turuna e kacha ku dolla me kacha la topic dolla of course me kacha la police wala kola kabrin ñing man sa kunda na ta polisol ning mol timola mbe kacala le bari mo jamal fana ya kalamutale ko Gambia ning Senegal tema julole biye ni na ta electricity la karola Gambia akam tele ko dolari million moy ñongol je Senegal don to wala courant wala karola andu ministre foy ñing fole dew mo be kerine ko natara Macky Sall bota Senegal man sa yala Gambia ci problème mo so nole courant wala fanna la bot nin time moyen so fana be jubero kala naijala kola le fond of course na Gambia dingolo min keta sojarol te koy nyanta tala le fo imanyan na tala naija bara debate fana be kirinde yilbe mo kolleti nyalon ko abe kacha kan Kexx ni bismillah di grand Bantaba
Bismillah abaraka ba ka ngi kondon ni la panelo molbe kondon na sister nene sirifo sonko ni defa on cameraman olbe balbe kondon non kondon da pour kana platform odo me an ko garam bantaba ko ngalo nyam banko dal kacale ka bonde ni ka kacale rek inshallah ambe no mo la no nyoma rek be silol sotola banko sila no nyaato nyame don kondon da pour bi ka benin platform odo pour na se kacala baraka ba
ko sirifo ya fa nyame mi address la nyaadi le journalist, politician, activist. So
no, Kexx politician.
Kexx Sanneh, a patriotic, concerned citizen.
No. Kexx will answer.
Kexx mouthpiece.
Kexx politician. The moment I follow the political position, for que PDOIS la candidate.
Journalist don't call it.
So automatically, name Kexx Lora PDOIS. So Kexx is a politician, but I'm very concerned about dissemination of information because I have opportunities to not all the journalists are there sometimes, so I have access to kibaro la karola non kamera ko ma banko dingol nyanta kalo ne membe keke la banko kan so nata ta wato dol ni bento si fal fen ka sa fe mol nata appreciate elafta kon kamenke ay nyafa dale contenta ko la no ni be ko ke kan ku kendo rek moli sawarindi je rek ya antandi la ko ya appreciate ay nyanta kamenke wala ka continue da wala nya because by den takara dulal to melan ko kibarol ka soto je melan ko banko dingol nyanta ka mo so ke janjandi radio stationol kan call a newspaper dol bi jeli fangol sinna kibarol ta ka sa fe la newspaper to ko keda wala nya so dol sa fo no ko journalist o bande ba fole ko am a concerned citizen melan ko am so particular about dissemination of information wala na ka sawar ba ke pour ka kibaro bon because the principle o men so wala nyinde ko na informed country make an informed decision nem banko dingol yalo men ka tamela banko ka rek ba jala ba lo ne be men kala pour banko sitano nyaado so ro kibaro kumaya bata.
Yeah, that is important. So mo jamali yelo of course National Assembly and infanam kiti bungol jandi be dunna na typical fawro munem the latest National Assembly will be leave for la gabera right jamal bishile ñom dem nañ China but kiti bungol munem latest ye signed.
Yeah, wala kombe kiti on safo mele alongo sembo wara bara wala kiti bal wala nyin kudeta ultimately alongo they accuse them of treason. Sana fadera na la mol is coming on the September on the 14th because already say sudiara judgment wala say nyil bela prosecution yela case closely nyil fana yela defense open only one person no case to answer in other acquaint ya discharge because all the informations wala witness all men naraje moma link to the crime or the alleged crime o kamala tenata je so saka munda monani le tuta je melalan ko believe ta ko wala la fakano adama barola man sakunda abo ndino December men tambita so sa inata 28 days the momo each party la pour a brief of arguments ya court address on their brief la ajane beta la judgment or so they give all of them 28 days about lawyers all and in the prosecution side pour a brief of argument then 7 days for the state to reply on their brief of argument and Justice Mahoney bita judgment wala mo kiti te melan ko banko dingol mo jamal be sulare ngala pour kalon atonya be dame kiti do be je men kamunta ko Aisha Fatine Abla melan ko is one time one can say a history case melan ko na banko ka interesting one of na be kiti bo nyaati de wala melan ko gambenol be sulare ngala barabe stage o mento science e ka fo men ko pre-trial conference be wolta wala nyinde ko te be jikila men la sede jarol la lemba e be tuntun na mel kam pour que ma ko la kiti nyinto wala da fenol de milan ko bolle nati kan kiti bu nyaati le wala tanti men kam munta ko sanol ni la risitol sanol santa bitikol men kono business ol men dunte tema moto la risitol moto santa damenta sipta nyam wala fenol de milan ko lebe kiti bu nyaati le wala science and don follow men be na rakiti bon rakiti wa sonta la follow wala nyinde ko de accept the evidence pour que la face de jaro kam bot sa ka determine for evidence ni aussi que fenol de milan ko a sembo sort to have weight will be determined in the trial fan wala ni wato menna cham wala aisa lota case fonko case o kono ka confront with those facts wala ka andandi la ko anyi munyi receipt ta sorota nyaadil o mo fende menon ka bije kumba sinyan fana menon ko ala kiti o menon ko gambe be akeda mole kija faroda akeda baroti gambe jan ka ba kibaro fintita o fana be kiti bu motol science and tenting mead na tarde ma sorota je wala ko kumba sinyan la lawyer e ka fo menna ko ay application wala sa fe kiti bu nyaati la pour lawyer membe je ka fo me CDK jobate jigira ko dala te kala moti na continue membe tilina nyin kiti o kunto so kamala safero ko menon kala nyanto la wodi CJ aka andala pour sa isa bondi kiti on ko ne joj do nanna baro mo fenete me alon ko e ka sile ya jibe a review fa jartala so na do kisi rol beke jibe rol beke ya lamo ele agreement na state fana ele agreement na nan ka andandila ko amanya na ka boje so kiti on ata te ka andandale rulen keje ka andandila ko CDK jobate de bolaje atal be continuer ka kiti ko be sa man fenke me alon ko sa fono ko ate fela kiti nyun kono so aka munta ko ni wati ndon kono kiti nyun be tenten nale pour kumba sala defense yele ka andande molla munanate manyana ya tumi menna e manyana ka busal luwa manyana ka busal so nyum kitil ti mele alon ko be kiti bungoto sa kara na funding ko ni operation clean the street membe kere a funding ke jamal bije sanse be findi kan kiti bungola last time 23 youth le arrange court ye samba mile 2 e ko be aidulin nala ani fonko avenue lamba me alon ko katu yaila banko kan e mantra fenke kan je be banko la piste fenke kan anti crime so kunun ko ba fana ye 2043 36 youths fana arrange 7 damale la bail application o joden the remaining one will be ye ki mile 2 o kada kuri me alon ko diamol syndicat antandila ko ni ko mol kana findi kada ya wala sado kono kamunda hotela nyanto ka famena ko freedom of movement of na mo fenati me alon ko akamunda man sakunda be singolo kan doli ya entande ko loi la ben loi bu ko ni tata criminal procedure code section 60 mol manyana ka findi kada aidulin la banko kan o nyama jay manta hajila so kama ye mutawol da ba diamol be kere me alon ka be kere anin science na constitution diamo fana be kere me alon ko la fa constitution ko na
draft
constitution ha fana be diamo kan so nyilan ko dal sa fo dal me alon ko lebe kerin sa
o be ko la ba kala ngi la pijol jele ngo ni pijol fo mo ka nga pijol jele discourse ela wo be chivuro la ala draft ni okay bita straight na jibiro ke about na main topic so la mi alon ko nyanta wala ka chala bi ibe ko no maka Gambia banko kan jam police solo ning Gambia di mal tema barola first time and ala second time ite ya nyadi
ni mu fenne de me yalan ko ngamira hansa mankara ko mbota men kono because dunia wala ne banko ta ka fo men na fo sa study ngam banko sifa nyadi leta mum banko sifa le ben bulo kono ni nata e kala president ole kalo mena mala sort comments nyanta ka men keno ni nata na security force jibe e design ta nyamen anin ni nata e ka fo men hakola karola democracy la karola until the security force design ta men they are more of forces of coercion rather than forces of protection. So you design wala nyaka and then like this people melanan ko they only intervene in terms of unrest and other issues to confront the citizens wala na even the word force ndaka for molefan is not even be in our police system. It should be more of a police service rather than a police force because that force in can't and like you know it's the mentality because every word has a meaning. So you know ko de melanan ka mo problem oti ni nata jandu manna karam pour ko will transform we anticipated ka for men ko security reform so that ben security de la kalonko hani moye luwati nya wala ay kuke menon kan luwala silo mantanyo hani sai nyanto luwa jele ko nyumari amo kuoke foni kiti bunwe kiti yote ka andande ko nyimo mole te menon ka yoke o kamala o mari nyanda ka mutale ko mole mati tumuro da ma wala sobita kay kuleke bari kaje ko kamutan nyame ni nata na kula akake fenti menon ko dal ndefe abukata ni silo la so akamutan sai karamo men nyanda ka kije ka fomena ko security reform pour que karandi kalonko etelebe jam pour banko dingol len du nyim banko dingol fande be do ko ke ka wolle nyanda ka ke multimedia lonko nyanda ke fan confine ni tanda best practice la ni international standard ka ndandila ko nyanda ka ke multimedia lonko be banko dingol la hakodi lela wa ni ko ba haymala ni nata jibe in percentage amba fala ko there is much to be desire ni nata pour na security mun banko dingol temola me alonko am hakodi even the way ka arresting Kenya because just last week for na lati kunda jamani nata nunje ka fadula me apapa bol ka sije you know iko ka taisa bol ki you suspect but ni nata there's a way how you approach but you can do one the quadral kono ka jumpy to go just because of ila faka mul mura kada problem oti in family mul tema je because of the man and the way nata na ala dinul barata because it sound amola quadra kono ka ma expect ka ke kana baja be borika no all those things it's nanole ila karo and mo police olten kada nyindula kara so kaje ko kuodol bije tel kaje ko bari tel mo police ol uniform ol lebe bala rek o tele sembo so don dun luwati je me alon ko ay hapodi tel la do ko la nanatel do ko dum police o fana ay happale soto me alon ko manyana ka tambi wala ni tambita wala rek ka dundul la hakoda e ka fo men ko la fundamental right so nyanta ka molti me alon ko dal antel yaje ko manki talen dum president nyanta ka sile because ni yaje banko tata rek salon ko security lebe je me alon ko yela banko dingol bunya ne on tere ka civil unrest lena na ka tina banko dingol ka ni police ol kada fo tan extend dal e ka mama ne ka react le woni nyaay police ol je fang ibuke mu da ko ni mun na do kula ledi inen kam faale ke jeno because kaje ko la action ol ka kenya me kaje ko some people feel ni police ol they are my enemies not people melan ko be protect kan no unless fongo bridge ni close nga entandila ko tel fanal yalan ko mu do kula le banko dingol fanal ya understand ko ni fanal ben tel le jang so fonsi no ma ko no le pronsi gambia so to me yalan ko abitano nyar.
Yeah, exactly. So, but Nia Jibe, ila recent commandi role. It's not even recent because a more Jamal commandi. Kexx I remember Momodu Sabali, Ibrahim Adiba. I think MC Cham Fanantara Njele. Recently, nga Bora Fananjele Atata je Kexx in. Mbukaje in fact ninka proceed prior to Kito. Mohammed Dabo will be Atata Njele. Fat Jan Fanantara Njele. You be let me along commandi. What is your opinion about this?
Yeah, fenne me alon ko dal actually ni nata luwala karola baji bele in two aspect la luwala karola luwa sembo di police la pour ni sobita momo la ko amari crime le ko oh his mari sobita ko adunda kule kono luwa sembo di mari la pour ya mari commandina ya nyinen ka sobita faka crime men ko wolle sobita kay kumale fo me alon ko luwa le tinya isa commandi ya nyinen ka maybe ni ma faham pour ka long ay nyim fo mon dalila kamata be sikete ya je nyame anata mari men fo ya fo ataya fo dalilo men kam will totally different because momo have your way of interpreting. That's a komodo for no jana modo ta interpret nyama. That's just an opinion, it's not a fact. So lua somebody mari la ka mari command pro ka question don lua fana nata wato di la ka antandila ko question lo nyanta ka ba wato men ka antandila ko ni tara fo fenjabul nyanta ka samba kito ni man fenjabul fana jani bafla 72 hours wala ndar ni bafla na mande ka counto tilisaba nyanta ko mari ke moti me anan ko nyanta ka bulale ay tala karola ni ya no ye fenne sotala fara jani bafla 72 hours be bande nyanta ka charge le ya arrange before a competent court member antandila ko ko be o nyama so womu luwa ti me anan ko ya di police la baraka monta wato do la ka fenne me anan ko ka abuse le because of bari luwa fon ko di la because meli fana le luwa de ni aje ko ke maybe tili kilomita nano ya banno wala ni expansion o di la up to 3 days but ni tata commanding for da kuma fula for da rek wol pour ko investigate mama nyanta ke ta monto wati sabala wala wati nani la e nyanta ka lonne fo dal meme nyinen kamba so to kamba ka momuta fo tili sababari luwa le sembo di la amba fula ko tonya you are in the confine of the law but sometimes law fana ka abuse le bajala ko dol ka use le because of luwa le sembo di la rek ay ka mol muta jendu mu fenle because at the end of the day e bukana fen tarawol bulo but yela freedom of movement ya muta ya assist maybe kudo bije si kudo soro no within that 3 days kono ye fondi wala do atel tekala multi melan ko abanana so sometimes me men dani la wala nyindi ko mo fenna de melan ko is very unfortunate in terms of luwal men ben na banko kanja don te ka wala fo mole ko fonsa falen ni na na criminal code jibe melan ko police ko jiki baka kan at the center during the colonial time, to seize the freedom of movement of the people. Even when funding men for 20k seize, they are idling all colonial laws so that they will restrict the citizens. They will be subject under their colonial master soul. So unless from all falling in I think the criminal procedure was in the 80s or in the late in the 90s, 19 something last time. Since that time, it has never been amended. So whether those laws are still applicable right now in terms of Ninata Bankola Karola Tente, they are backward laws or Melalanko, they were used for citizens sole subject. So unless we need a total review of those things, so police will find better they'll be working in confine with the law. They will have the backing of the law. So even if you want to point your fingers at them, they can tell you that okay, but law for 3 days or 72 hours, and you make sure that we respect his fundamental right. But when 72 hours but still now Mamparena investigating the president. All these are laws provisional melancholy they are put into the law. But sometimes we look at the society that we are. Just laws are not just meant just to be laws. They have to fit for its purpose, why it is designed, because many are designed, they have a mind behind it. But now we have moved, we are in the 21st century, I am in the 18th century. So whether those laws can be applied during these circumstances, the time issues, I think the police have to look into it, and board the National Assembly and order, because we will always have this, and the police will have the backing of the law. But for me, it's not a best practice, and I will encourage the police to make sure that command question, or even though the law provided for them, and let them make sure that they do it as quickly as possible, because speedy trial or speedy investigation, this is very important, because you can't right, and it has been happening on several occasions in this country whereby sometimes it even goes beyond the constitutional requirement of 72 hours, because they were almost 4 days within those people. So sometimes these are things so most of the time, sometimes when they deliberately and they wait until maybe weekend, because by the Saturdays and Sundays are not count within that 72 hours, they will allow you, they get hold of you on Friday or on Thursday. So by you will be there on Thursday or on Friday, or on Thursday they will start counting for 1 day. Then Saturday is not count, Sunday is not count, so Monday they start counting, Tuesday. So now you spend 5 days instead of the provision. So all these things are issues we have to look into it. They violate your right, but notwithstanding, they are still in the confine of the law. Then you cannot hold them accountable. But I think the civil society, the Human Rights Commission, not all the time, like near moment you go to the Human Rights, goes to the police station and start baking. No, those. I think that will be the solution. Let's have one lasting solution. Whether if it is the problem is the law, if the problem is the police officers, let's come together and see how best we can change this thing so that it will fit the society, rather than all the time to be begging the police to release somebody because you feel like what they have done is wrong. And those institutions too, they have to look at the fundamental right of the people and make sure that they protect it, because so that that's why they have called the Human Rights Commission, so that they will look into the issues they are violation of the fundamental human rights. But I think there's more to it than only we condemning. I think we have to demand now, because we are the owners of the country, and the laws are made, through our own consent. We determine how we should be governed. We the citizens. We are anybody he's working for us. So since that is the case, we should now be demanding by using our courts, by using even petition our National Assembly, forcing them. Sometimes we can come with even bills and force our National Assemblies to the failure to do this, because we put them there. So by all these things, issues all will be changed, because I don't see any political will from these people to change any laws, because it suits them, because it was designed to empower a few individuals over the mass majority of the Gambian people. So even before you come, when you are outside, you will have this intention that these laws are bad, you want to change them. But the moment you come, it have given a symbol detail, you become a king or a queen. So then they feel like, I'm enjoying nothing. That's why, because when we were all in the opposition, we had them very clear that all the opposition leaders believe that we have very bad laws in this country. Even the media laws, they talks about the criminal code, so content that were used to silence the political parties, so electoral reforms. But which law have we changed? There is only 2 laws that I remember: the age limit and that of the National Assembly members protect themselves, that if they cross carpet they can lose. So this is interest line. But what in terms of the media, for GPUM champion to challenge some of these charges that were leveled against Funko journalists, so that they will have the freedom to exercise their right. So but totally, and we have so many bad laws in this country. So that's why the police and the authorities always rely on these things.
It means security sector reform. Bina Janne, it seems like a jarta, because any ajibe tumola jamme ekaka faro kera, but ni ajibe ka bring mansakunda falinta mol start ka finti bedol kan ka demonstration okay, even if ka mol janja nyame bedol kan example of the 3 years jonna and other kafol mi alon ko le finti mi alon ko nge cover the Sanyang incident. I was the first person there, but the bajelale eka molu bay nyame pour que bende dulado. The only thing that they use is katia gas or fire. So it seems the security sector reform at the
No, definitely. That's because of the coercive nature. I remember police will they see themselves as more of security. They use the coercive force rather than we are. Those issues can be settled, and this is why community policing is very, very important. So that you will have people, those people will have direct link with the community. So if any issues comes up, you use those force, in terms of negotiation to see how you can settle the matter amicably, even before this order of PIU because they are police intervention unit. They come when situation go beyond where it's out of control. You can bring them to intervene. But the first time they are the first people to come. So there's no engagement, prior engagement with the community to see. The Sanya issue you mentioned that could have been discussed when there's a community, a set of a security reform coming for where you have the community services. They will engage the community, the brain leaders or the lane leaders of those associations to engage them. What is their demand? What are they want? What is their problem? So that they will be able to settle those things and on that. But Pamrek ball in the street that they start burning the tear gas command. So it becomes confrontational because that's the mindset that our police officers, that's how they are designed. And unless we change that design, what is that because they are designed for that. Just look at how the PIU came up. If you go to the history, how the police intervention unit was actually there, then these people were just designed purposely just to confront citizens whereby there is demonstrations and other things. So unless that is changed, then always it that when they come, issues of so many issues, even the 3 years job now, just look at it, how tear gas will be file, ball, be baramala very seriously. So it shows you that how, in terms of crime management, people are not trained to understand. They only believe in force, right? The next minute they come 1 minute, 2 minutes. I could remember even not that Sabalis like case when look at the numbers of people that went to protest. I was there. At very small number. Very small number. But what ended up, they just go and throw tear gas. Well, those people could have been contained, in a way. But because of that mentality, the coercive nature of our security, we will always be, we will be encountering such situations. All right. Definitely.
Lemma's observation with the police, between the relationship between the police and the public since President Barrow in power.
Bu ko jërëjëf loolu dinaa si sawar torop pour wax waaye balaa ñoo dugg si waxtaan bi balaa ma joxe suma comment rek pour wax Kexx ne ko kontaan naa pour share a platform yet again ak moom Kexx is a brother mu doon koo xam ne xam naa ko fence moo dugg suñ diggante dafa ñëw dëkk foo xam ne suma kër papa xam nga te yàgg naa dëkk ay at yoo xam ne kenn foofu noonu du xëy bene sonal na ma o teg na ma problème o mel na ni o mel na ne le amin kooku ñëmbe ñëpp di ko xam foofu noonu boo tuddee turam rek lu baax la ñuy wax ci moom ba pare mu doon koo xam ne tamit man dinaa ne ñeme naa pour liggéey ak moom te li ko waral mooy majorly ci keesi Bob Keita bi it's like day in day out ñu ngi together na ñëw suma kër ba ay guddi ñu ngi liggéey di def ba pare it koo xam ne la mun naa ne nit mun na koo óolu parce que si kees boobu noonu yu bari mu ngi ci doon xew yu bari mu ngi doon am yoo xam ne man duma doon confine in kenn du mooy moom fu ma ko bëgg a yónni pour seet o lijjanti o whatever Kexx lay oo te nu mu guddi dafaa dama ko ay léegi si lal mu ngee nelaw te dafaa jóg mu dem def ko so pour wone rek cawarteem ak gom-gomam ak commitment am ci lépp li nga xam ne mu ngi ciy duga te si jamono buñ toll nii mun naa laa wax ne du ma ne moom kenn de waaye it moromam barewul parce que li muy def ndax gis naa nit ñi ci di ko kekkantu ndax journalist la nda politicien la whatever it is man dama foog ne loolu ay tuuti xel la parce que li nga xam ne ñi ooyee seen boppa journaliste li ñu war a def defuñ ko keneen jóg di ko def tanka jàngu ko ooyewu ko boppam kooku war nañ ko wax ne give a tap on the back parce que su dee ne credibility la man gis naa ko ci liggéeyam su dee ne consistency la gis naa ko ci liggéeyam because kuy liggéey ba nga xam ne ñi nga xam ne journaliste lañ ñu ngi register am seeni office am staff di leen fay dañoo rely ci kooku information am kon kooku noonu liggéeyam rafet na so fa naa ne loolu war nañ ko really comment ñu highlight ko instead di ko tuutil o di def ne li mooy def amul njëriñ te ñi koy tuutil ñu ngee jëfoo ci loolu noonu so loolu war nañ cee bàyyi xel man de man kontaan naa ci te man ci lépp suma kàttan li ma ci mun pour dooleel ko jàppale ko dinaa ko man koy def te dinaa continuer di ko def so di ko wax ngàcce ngaa la ma rek keep doing what you're doing. A lot of people are impressed and they like what you're doing. And every time you hear Kexx talk, you know that this is a product of Halifa Sallah. You can always source out. You can always source out something and like, okay, key. Halifa Sallah.
I know Sirfu will defy you.
Which is a good thing. Which is really a good thing, because who doesn't want to be associated, affiliated, or be mentored or coached by Uncle Halifa? Everybody. So you've gotten a great opportunity to make a very good use of it. Because you know it's like you're developing by the day and you are advancing by the day. So now coming into the topic of policy. Gis nga man dama jàpp ne police te human beings lañ nit lañ comme ñun lu ñu utale rek mooy waxtu bi nga xam ne ñu ngi sol seen uniforme bi te waxtu boobu noonu ñoom foog naa ne ñoom seen ma xam-xam des na pour understand differentiate pour faram fàcce ñaar yooyu noonu ñoom buñ nekkee comme man ak yow civilian ak buñ solee uniforme parce que uniforme bi dañ ko dee sol 24/7 so loolu noonu lu ñu war a xam la ñu seet naka lañ koy def ne ñuy defaree diile ak ñaari xaaj yooyu noonu comme ni ko fi Kexx waxee rek suñ police bi from start to end the army, the navy, the police, all of them they're living in the colonial time. Everything else that they quote, the section, the laws, it's all in the colonial times. And remember, by then, population being amni amuñ ko won. The kind of awareness being am legi amuñ ko. The kind of nakaling ko tay jokalante bi ak jëflante bi being am legi ni nekku fi won. The colonial masters also nañ remember. Ñom biñ fi ñëwé sen jubluwaay mooy woon ne moom ñu noot ñu loolu mooy woon seen jubluwaay so bépp loo buñ defaroon dafa it was pour dooleel leen pour mu dimbale leen pour ñu def li nga xam ne loolu la gaay nama ci ñun mooy pour noot ñu pour def ñu gën a ñàkk a xam ñu gën a suñ bët yi gën a lëndëm ndax ñoom liñ bugg a suñ dëkk ak suñ nit ñi ñu am ko so su nekkee ne dem nañ ba léegi ñu ne ñun indépendance lañ am lan mooy indépendance moom nañ suñ boppa kon moom boppa boobu noonu dafa war a méngoo ak suñ jëfin suñ doxalin ak suñ jokkalante ak suñ askan waaye loolu noonu nuroowul so suñ waree jël laws of colonial master ba tey di ko use on people so where is the independence that we're talking about where is it man I ask ana moom bopp boobu noonu ba ñuy wax parce que at the end of the day comme this 72 hours bii ne man digga daf ma daf dee dugg suma xol bi parce que boo gisee yéen ñu ne 72 hours crime yi naka jëfin yu bon yi yëpp méngoowut yii tuuti na yii rëy na yii yaana excuse am na yoo xam ne involve na ay fukki nit ay juróom fukki nit loolu noonu su dara xewee pour nga lijjante ko ci ay waxtu yu néew o benn fan dafa jafe moo tax ñu ne ok pour ñu make sure ne for fair trial and jox ku nekk aham ak yelleefam ñu yaayal ko su boobaa li nga xam ne yëpp lañ war a def pour gestu gis na nit ki liñ ko tuumal am na ndax amut ñu mun a am waxtu bu doy pour def ko pour nga xam ne suñ koy àtte ñu àtte ko ci lu jub ci njekk ak taranga waaye man li ma gis right now dañ nekk di use loolu noonu pour noot askan bi pour dóor askan bi ci loo xam ne amul njëriñ I mean gis naa fi examples yu bari man arrest nañ ma fi 4 days which is illegal now let's say ne ñu ne 72 hours why did it have to go 4 days? 72 hours is 3 days. 4 days in detention. Yeah. I was released on bail by the courts, not the police that arrested me. So and that is illegal. So now yen mi nga xam ne yéen a ngi wax ne da ngeen am loi boo leen di teg seen jëfin yéen seen boppa yéen a ngi weddi loi. So loolu naka lañ ko mën a te loolu yéen boo leen ko weddee dara waru leen cee fekka. su leen si dara fekkee sa code bi ngeen di jël di yóbbu nit ñi code boobu tam su leen waxee ne jéegi ngeen sarta lii warut a am def leen di ngeen joxe gannaaw toon seen buti so fu mu nekk nga dëkk bi dañ teewal ba nga xam ne ku ma bu am dee ku ma bu amul dee moo fi nekk it's like survival of the fittest ku mun sa morom duma man dama ko déggoon élection waaye dama foog ne police ak askan bi fa la ko mun sa morom duma gën a amee naka lañ ko waxatee doole exactly ba pare naka lañ ko da waxatee sax dama dee gis comme police yi man dama feel ne even ñoom loi yi gars yi di wéeru ba tey sa nekkuñ di ko toppa bu baax a baax ma jox la an exemple dangaa gis ku am problème man ak yow buba right now ñu am problème boo xam ne it's not criminal it's a civil matter xëy na xaalis maa jël sa xaalis o nga sant ma liggéey defuma liggéey bi time jot nga toppa ma nga dem si police ba so demee si police bi explain ñu jël kayit binda defar everything ubbi file ñëw jël si ma ida invite me dañoo toog de call ma ne ma ñëw su ma ñëwutee dinañ ma jël si suñ ma jël si straight away ma binda statement ñu charge ma and this thing of naka obtaining money through false pretense aka ñu bëgg a charge boobu noonu aka ñu ko bëgg a kay I mean ku nekk loolu la ñuy wax false pretense xam nga at the end of the day soo xoolee the definition of that charge or that code or caption is so different from the ñoo dañ dee dugg ci loo xam ne du seen affaire day sa am na difference civil matter ak criminal matter am na yoo xam ne ñoom police bi dëgg la dee here for everybody dañ fi nekkal ñëpp pour aar ñu ñu gis ne jàmma moo nekk di sax si dëkk bi am na yéen ay problème moom du ñàkk ci diggante ay nit ñoom police bi sax li ñu war a use mooy ADR alternative dispute resolution pour gis ne sax ñoom arrangé nañ mbir bi du jara sa muy eegam ko waaye su dee féel nañ ci loolu noonu loo xam ne nekkut seen affaire ñoom liñ war a def mooy ne ok ngeen dem court ut leen lawyer dem leen court parce que civil matter la du criminal matter loolu du seen affaire waaye dangaa gis police yoo xam ne si seen njuuj njaaj si seen ñàkk a xam si seen naka lañ ko waxatee xel yu tuuti ñu jël a civil case jugu ko toon ko bi def ko a criminal matter dem court di ko prosecute ci loo xam ne war na egga foofu noonu soo jànga bi dafa war a dellu si waat understand nga from top to bottom nag excuse ma si kenn parce que koo ci gën a waxal na nga foog ne nag kooku moo gën a garaaw ñëpp ñoo war a toog ñu jàngaat dañ war a toog on a table ñu am a discussion ñu understand ñun as a country am nañ moom nañ suñ boppa ndax moom nañ suñ boppa su dee moom nañ suñ boppa ñu delluwaat si luwaa yi ñu gestu ko seetaat ko ba gis ne luwaa yoo xam ne moom la ñuy use méngoo na ak ñun suñ dundin méngoo na ak askane tey méngoo na ak jamono tey 2021 rek 2023 lañ nekk 21st century waruñoo nekk di use colonial masters rules loolu noonu moo tax suñ problème mu ngi am so loolu moo tax ba nga xam ne óolute nekkaatu ci diggante askan bi civilian bi ak anybody koo xam ne mu ngi sol uniforme di nga gis ñuy waxtaan di demalante si xew yee si dëj yi waaye di moment borom sol uniforme rek ni ma koo gisee dafaa change su ma xalaat si moom dafaa wécceeku su ma óolute si moom dafay néew so te loolu noonu warta nekk parce que ñu ne neen ñoo fi dëkka ay mbokka lañ ay dëkkandoor lañ ay jëkkër ay jabar dafa xat da nga xam ne lu bari waru fee xew ba pare ñi nga xam ne ñooy jiite dañ war a di bàyyi di use security force bi against askan bi civilians yi understand nga for example man loolu dama ko dégga ba sona soo demee during my issue see live video say yooyu noonu you will hear the police officers them tell I'm waiting for executive order or I'm waiting order from the top. Exactly dama ko yuuxoo ba sona orders from the top man dama foogoon ne kañ la yaay jëme jógee fii nii sax January 2016 waaw waaye dee bi la in sometime in January 22nd or something like la fi yaay jëme dem man dama foogoon ne li fi bàyyi woon xëy na moto yi mënutoon a yóbbu ak playbook bi because boobu moo wax naa ne playbook yi yaay jëme boobu dafa rot am ñu for ko waaye foogoon naa ne boobu daf ko yóbbu waale waaye you hear always orders from the top we're waiting from the top we're waiting for our superiors. I mean, if you're incompetent enough and not able to take responsibility and take decisions, then you're not supposed to be wearing that uniform. Bobo, uniform Bobo is an honorable uniform. And it should be a respectable uniform. It should be a uniform, it comes with authority. And once you wear it, people really need to attach respect to your personality, your name, and that badge you wear. Why uniform? Bidanga dem behamne nit uniform ne kani sen holi more wow ragala tunko respecta tunko olo tunko. Te ko respect ko ragalu ko olo ko sa jeflante amon honestly nen ko setan. Understand? So falling to benga hamne den ko wara setan, and it has to take a holistic approach, not a piecemeal. Because when you security sector reform, man soj bi leen le dama waroon a def ni faafa rek dama déggee bopp you know so waxee dinaa oh it's ongoing but you know it's a process but a process with Bente nobody is able to feel that this thing is happening
exactly
nobody is able to feel it ñoom rek ñoo la ko mun a wax ñun ñi nga xam ne ñun ñooy the recipients of that service ñun mënuñ laa wax ne loolu mu ngi xew parce que every day things are repeating itself.
But then President Jammeh said that don't give orders IGP with definitely. And I remember, Yabu Daro, the Fandamon, I think it was Makamakunda, more order IGP promote your permit to a particular group.
And this is wrong. That is very, very wrong. Yeah. But didn't we hear also Baromu toxic campaign trail be? The one the IGP is here, the
interior minister.
The interior minister is here, and if anybody is found doing, tampering with the elections or whatever, we will arrest them and put them or arrest all of them. I will send my boys everywhere. Yeah. So who are these boys? Is it boys, the police? The more refer to the boys, or is it a separate group? Is it a separate group? Is it a separate group, different from uniformed men? Yeah. But I want to believe what Shirifo said, because the people that attack us and retain you beat the cabinet down in Fata, tear gas, with all those things that they did to us, they were not in uniform. But my concern is, they were not in uniform, but gadgets in the batons, the pepper spray, tear gas, fire extinguishers. Come, I'm a Bob Kent, they fire extinguisher. So, for some you for some you may know, this is different among both of you, you see, tell you where. I mean, I not going to have this,
strap.
No, handcuffs. Handcuffs. Yeah. So, no wonder, like civilians, when equip that much, is it allowed?
No, they have handcuffs.
Civilians.
No. You don't live in a retail last time.
They have handcuffs. They even cuff some people.
Seriously.
They're cuffing you don't down, right? So you cuff you. We're cuffing some people. So my question is, civilians, are they allowed to have those kind of gadgets with them, which are supposed to be with security people? So from there, they can be orated. Because hamulo can my security, hamulo can my the civilian. Because the police officer or security men munadef, civilians yang coded. So when you dance, soon I back and munchi head court gerte. For now, Sarah Hanyan, red money munamucha. Why do they wait to Dunedara?
Thank you so much, Sifu.
Yeah, Bua. Abaraka bake katabu kumar bake bi kacha kumya bimasino namna sino ba the all of the way you have been corrupted. I think you are part of the last program on by you are part of this corruption.
But you were not about for last week is no
Bantaba sino
I haven't seen it
but for but remember it wait upon that you understand you are just corrupt boy lie
I see you are implicit about but ke binyaw he ngane amuli tele
no Budu aba ay ñin kay ngay ko ninna sino be ite no membe fo no because ako sino la ngay wo e ba ninna sino la I was
aya fo fa ko man sino ko tan
anyway god mo wonte sino la sino ko I think no problem. So anyway, we kaja kumata bakele, and then it's a kajala mea lonko is is timely because bankudung lupuka fintika diam, especially na bankola tankola bunda la karola. Fendet mea lonko kumata bakele. Aje buba do gambi yang police doing the bakele. Ni ajibi ikavuko mumea lonko amang kada karamoro bakele. Wala mo kafu wala ka police yake. That is something me along ko wala to lañu banko batan. Mon mi along ko e bang example pass karambol to mon mi along ko ye karambol ke mabal no phone. These are the people mi along ko e ka koronto ka wala sta police. And police is very important. Ya jibe police mi along ko nyata dunia banko do ka jelo ko police pour ka police o da ko leta bakela. Mol ka katale pour ka police ya ni ibuga soto no. Ba gambe jam police ya kata fendi me alon ko le sonata katambi fama beti so wala atina o problem woni be wala kono many people me alon ko be police bi e may bulbani maral long e malwa long e malwa kata nyaadile e ma e be fo ya lon ko be police ya la fo e do fo man e long bilam fo mo to fo la right. This is the biggest problem here. So mo me ya lon ko atabe do ko ke kam do ko mi fo ke kam mal right fo lo nje e ka fo do ta mo do lo ndi right la. That's where the problem will come. So when all this problem along Gambia basu to concern say wala woti. Police na ba nyama jang ne atara kany security reform même fo ne ata these people are well ready for that ñun ñanta ka menga wala ñun ko a special school me alon ko nimmo le kana mo bandro without school mo yalon ko you are interested to be a police officer you go to that school ya bank in primary laws you yalon ko I mean police laws civil laws ye mo ye karam then you well before you even start training imagine ko that will help them near training standard the police ko do be do ko kel anyama but why you want to carry if I follow the sector reform ko di jele nada how many millions of money wala nata jang but yes still do banko do ma feel to yes still do banko do anytime crime ko do police ko nyabin kan ibn mutela ibn tear gas la why because minakata they don't know the men ke kay fo ma long ida me yawo ko kara filo ko ko at ko men ne ka men folo do ni dawo de sa fo ko I mean we are working order from the top what order from the top because ida me lo ida ma lo ida do ko long ida ma lo what is the main reason is not that police would that's why you are saying you are working order from the top no order in the carbon santo we are tired of this kind of order from the top so the top are feeding will not balukang this order from the top for the skeba jama be de be ka balul order from the top so do jang do banko do le be pare la ka speak ngana fear ngana silam bugo nindo silanda do wala nyindu ko de advantage use la wala la kan toto ibe advantage use la wala la kan batandi ibe advantage use la wala la kan na banko la na flota ka mi nañu banko la problème bi wala ñu banko la problème moti police kebal wala balula police dinu ñu duma wala batare that is the situation in this country but the police dinu fa ñaaye batare wala ñu ko because imam karan emotion karan wala but wallahi defé ko police o karanda ida silam ne la do ko wala because whatever you are doing you are doing it you are guided by the law whenever you are guided by the law ni bay ikano ko jëm ko mbedo ko min ki kan as far as I am doing it ko nak la ñamin ani ye bay yebalo do ko kan at the end of the year you rewarded because ni police o look ibdo ko another for example the promotional dealer ila promotion ya table yes and there is a place where you can lodge your complaint for the promotion to come back ñata ya table lawfully but how many police officers la yo how many police officers la lonko ila right la Nindu ko kaje ko ila rank me alon ka bebul ya table you can go somewhere else and get it jama be imolo wala tan e kasila wala ne boko dogo ka nyam so security reform me alon ka kabin 2017 fo kana bi mon ko ne kafo do bangu do civilian amon to nafa ay mel nafa wala ni ko police ke ba mil alon ko wala kata workshop wol ke ay wala nafa ni colonel rules me alon ko case be fo kana that's quite true believe in me buga matra fiya fo la na tara right now jang yembulo mu to jang e ko yen sala da police ni police o moye abita section o bondi la ba fo ko section cap car yow leke and you ye charge but all the work kamo command because of you are lying on this call you have the power to call me anytime what is solo den tala sembo do da bulu pour yen command but yen command also one need to understand this. And in the civil finance is very important to follow basic law. It's very simple. Google the care, internet the care. As far as you are at school, try to read about the basic law. Then B. B. What I know and what I read today. B. At some point, I'll be getting a lawyer command. Before I answer them, I will get enough lawyer. Talk to the police because banku ding. I mean, we should try to can you adopt banku do yellow soto. When you so the mayor legally, he will always advise you, especially if you are an activist. And you make activism, but as far as the banku do, try and get somebody, try and rely on somebody. If you could be better because the banku could be I say what's it. But I'm not getting banku 40. Banku try to get somebody. You have Luala Karang. Another every year, Karo Samosang, you understand, they become a domin dila marila. But what anything may have to Jahal to Woloto, Luala Karo, Yakol, Alo, left and Unakala, left and Unakala. To speak, I have to be very frank. I have a lawyer. Anything. Sometimes there are some topics. Then they discuss. I'm gonna left discourse. What is your advice? Because number I can be called at any time because of now that is system here. But now, you have a particular thing against me. Let's say an alterance. What is the meaning of this? Now for it. After 1 hour or 2 hours, you came back to me, or another person come to me. All those people, the same alterance number for now will be. Should I spend a night there? If you are not trying to abuse my right? But because they are using this tactics to silence people. Because what is happening it will be for 3 days. 3 days you have activities to run. Activities will be it. That is the only thing. Because if you jealously, you are activities, they don't want you to do that. That is jealousy. You have time to waste. For 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Men nata na kuya bed woni bi bem bulala yam bulé without giving one single charge yaman charge it will so ga go this go ya wonne de men ke kande because they know very well call near charge and near go near charge yes am court at some point they know the repercussions there. They are very mindful in whatever they are doing. Because you already abused my right. Without charging me. Or you abuse my right. You charge me and anyway, when you go to the court, they win again. They are always calculative in all what they are doing.
Let me tell you something. When we arrested, I think our second arrest, they changed the charge sheet 6 times.
You see? They are confused. They don't know what exactly they do.
They changed it 6 times. Different charges.
One of the charges, I remember. I remember one of my colleagues. I saw you wrote something on Kerr. What is that? How much?
All what they are doing, let me tell you something. All what they are doing is to silence with the citizens, is to silence with the people who want to talk for the left on behalf of the voiceless people. They left to control silencing. But I want to advise the police, the IGP and his team. Ablai Sanyang was working under Yaya Jambe. Yaya Jambe Abai. During those periods, he was about to be frustrated. When he was working during the time we are Jembe. Really? We fought. Yes, he was sacked from the police. We fought with the citizens. Today they are suppressing us. The Jembe fight in 2016, after Kabila Jembe Kata, Ablaina Naka Yugu Kana, Kadenku Molla, for Amutra back to the police. Abraham moved back to police. Abeje Kodenke, Almari Yemen Kafake, the late IGP Mahmoud Job Fata, and Abraham need to be the IGP. Again, we the citizens also know today they are suppressing. Even to not suppress come, even to not counter the account, especially to make a diam, the activism. The kilo will talk about no more right movement ala diala. Because that is what we always fight for. The rule according to the rules are like IGP.
I remember that campaign.
We campaigned for him to become an IGP. So, I do know what is going on here. I remember Kerr in Buba. Abia now secured, Alasiro, comfortable, doing all what he is doing all the businesses he is doing, going wherever he want to go, getting enriched about rich kang, about Konosoro kang, about time he have all opportunities. Now, I tell you opportunity based on the side. Abla, now all what Abla is class will you go, my position is secured. And the position is secured. Now, the deputy IGP or the other IGPs, understand? So now, those people are doing whatever they need to do. When you talk to people, ideally they will tell you, I'm applying informant, they are applying. Hey, go, and then they have a nafiki yalla saying. You have to talk. Kabuko, why do you know you are suppressing your people for you to still remain in that position? Today, wherever investigation is, during the time of Yaya Kembe, it was in the UK. I don't know Angleterre, security Angleterre. That guy, the one maybe you met, the one who was cautioning Bora and others. Anytime investigation, that Palu Dora, during Yaya time, he was in the UK. Because of what be the main check on Banku Dongela. The Minister of Interior, Siara Songo, because of police brutality. If you run, it wasn't in Bangkok. Because of police brutality, it wasn't in Bangkok. You were in the UK with your family. We fought for the democracy. You want to suppress that democracy. We will never allow that. You will kill us. But we will never remain silent. So this track record, where are you coming from? Let us learn. Because this is something if we don't fight, if we don't talk, Ablai will not be back to police today. It's because of our talk. It's because of our efforts. Ablai becomes the police head today. So Ablai can have because Allah Pala Solom. The damn doya come for it. Ablai, you understand. Ablai, the deputy IGP, another member Noma, who will left Puri Ablai by. Hey, I give a damn about that. Yeah, buy. Yeah, buy. I mean, let him go and sit. Because no other single already Namado Kolom. No other single Quran. But if you swear by the Quran, that code, you're going to serve your people according to the law of the land. And the president should know this. When we were with the president, Mikelola, I remember there was a day that the police were following us in Noma. I remember that the Kexx is already with us because we are all together. And the president dictated us to go and check. Why are they following us? During those days, complain, let President Moro understand this and leave the police to be independent. If they want to reform, if they want better reform, let them send this small boy so today, this country today is in the hands of the police, not the military. Jambe's time, the military. Barrow's time, the police. And now, the way the police is going now, I swear, and be careful, when government change, the military will come back. Because what is going to happen? The citizens will not have trust. Donc, the police come and military, and the military will come back, or we will create a new set of security for them to guide us. All right, thank you so much.
Government in waiting. Sign if ever for an imbarobotaji, mean Allah government in waiting, nata. Military lebanala.
No. Go. If you don't care, you have to understand this. Go. I said, what is going on? Because you didn't understand this is here. No, this is the military. This is not opinion. I said the military were with Jambe.
Yes.
And when Jambe went out, Kabin Jambe Tata.
The police are with Baro.
No, I'm just actually when Kabin Jambe Tata.
This is the normal procedure.
What happened was the police should be with the president. That's the normal procedure. That's international standard. But what I am actually willing to do, the soldiers, the military were with Jambe. So Bankudu will say the Jambe. Bankudu will say the soldier. Then we lack confidence with the military. You know that when Baro was coming. But what I'm telling you, what is developing now, what is doing now, we will come again, may lack your confidence to the police. After the police. So what will happen at Clearity? We don't trust the armies.
What we need is to actually to have a security sector reform so that they understand what they should do. This is the normal procedure. They can be maintained as far as it is.
I was just on a light note. I was just trying to tease you. One thing I want to clarify. This thing of yes, it's true. The military were made to believe Jame they needed to worship Jammeh.
And
That's what I'm saying. That they were made. Who made them? I'm not even talking about, but they were made to believe that Jammeh is the supreme being, and whatever Jammeh wants, that's what they do. And then they forgot about the core principle of what their mandate should be. Now we see that happening with the police. But that thing of you say it's okay, they should be with better. No, I believe that the security sector, wherever you are, once you're wearing this uniform, the uniform belongs to the people. Your allegiance has to be to the Constitution and the people of the country, not the leader of the country, because that leader is going to change, and you, the police officer, are going to change, and the people are going to change. So that's what they need to be sensitized and educated to understand. And regardless of what you see, the police, they have an act. There is a police act, and I forgot the section, but it tells you obey legal. The legal is there. Legal orders. So any order, it doesn't matter wherever it's coming from. Once it is illegal, you can say no to it, and you will be protected. But then some of the, you know what, obey and complain. Obey, this is the police, we have to obey orders. I mean, I don't understand. You show a police officer a court order from a high court, they say, oh no, but my boss said. So your boss is superior to the courts. So you see where the lack of understanding and comprehension and incompetence, you know, comes into play. The worst part needs to change.
The worst part is, you see, this police, they doing this. I mean, government is not doing enough for them. Imagine West Coast, you will be surprised. West Coast from Kalaji to here, they tell you the police are not having more than two cars, two pickups. Come from Kalaji to here. If I am telling you, if I tell you, even they are failing, it's a problem. Even uniform also nowadays many of the police officers are buying their own uniform. I am telling you this. Different from Jammeh's time. So the government is not even, I mean, so all this security sector reform, blah, 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 blah. You know, I mean, I am telling you, it's zero. The police will pay on uniform with Kexx Sanneh. Some of them, they buy it themselves. Now they bought it themselves. So should that happen? I went to Guinea-Bissau. Somebody told me this. I don't know whether it's true or not. There are some people in this police, they are not registered under the state. Maybe a top military ranga, you understand, and they go, you know, operational at the end of the day, you understand, so we come we Qatar system mo kono le e Qatar do and that was a time even arrestation as a sort of no so this is the problem no tara foko il faut se fay aman tankala ka wona wulu so the military the police I mean members akuna dana ala baro your excellency my brother they dana police you il left menna il waji lem before no suma waji la suma magla so the police are not our enemies and they will never be our enemies. We want to see our police enjoy what they are doing. If the men come, if the dogo men take a left ya enjoy, left ya like, left ya kanu. So if anything back me dogo kanu, the president na la mu be dana, you okay. But police will follow. Ana ko nya de bi, ibo kalali, ibo ko kalali ndolla kal jo, ndolla kal ko alim bunya, ayi da ka tiya ga so faingang. Kono kekse memfo. De na ka tiya ga so faingang. Ana na nyomoy na kumul ka kachalke. You are never our enemies. No, kita dorong. Lieutenant Banko Fredano di Banko Fredano. Tabrika police station right now. In one of the almost 1 year now. One of the become a police. 1 year now. Answer Mondoku. I'm telling you this. Become a police station. Go to their traffic unit. If you about the buyer you can from the beam Munkono and Simon do. And with all that, it will command. And with all that, command.
The problem is commanding at a bonus because the problem that I mentioned in Bangkok, there is no security of office. Nobody is secure in terms of your office because IGP Menje is appointed by the president.
Thank you.
So he feels like that if I don't dance to the tune of the president or any executive member, I will lose my office. Now is how many people are relying on me. So this person will be willing to violate the laws of this country just to satisfy an individual. Because institutional or lawful termination should not be accepted and we tell them address. But have a problem, you go to ombudsman. It looks like that office doesn't even exist. Yeah. People fundamental rights, they have been, wrongly promoted or demoted even. You go there for redress, zero. If a police officer, first class. You understand, because of you ask him to do an order that he feels like it is wrong. So you feel like a punishment. So with that situation, it all boils down to and all these things has to change. In the next constitution, the president should not appoint the Inspector General of Police. That has to be passed through the parliament so that you have that security of office. Civil servants have security of office that your right cannot be violated. You cannot accept deny unlawful order and you lose your job because of you deny unlawful order. But Mustafa says when he came here, police, what did he tell you? In his book, if you read it, you will see it there. He came here, lawful order, so he refused to accept it. At the end of the day, he have to leave to be a security officer at the American embassy so that he will be even protected there for another citizen to leave the jurisdiction of this country. So one problem with that, and unless those security officemen, and it has to be law, but you go, CJ is appointed by the president. All these things should be independent institutions. Ombudsman.
Constitution. Yeah, but even the IZ chairman.
Yeah, chairmans, everything. So
is appointed by the.
So then you remove me there. Let me just help the president. So when people fled, they take orders that are not because the community at the end of the day I will lose my job.
Because if you don't favor a particular person, you will lose your job. So what will be the way forward for this between the public and the security? Do you think?
Yeah, that's what we said. They must debate that they are talking about security reform because America. No, new constitution should come in, but institutional reform itself. Yeah. Our institution has to reform. You talk about America, people America is not because of they are powerful that the citizens are powerful, because they have an institution. They have an institution, a very powerful institution. So that institution, because of what they put there, the reforms that they put there, even if you want to be corrupt or to do anything, the institution will not allow you because of the laid down rules and regulations that are there.
And the consequences
that
you even try.
So until that is what is not. That is not like you go to a police officer, a police station, or you look at even the state of the police situation is poor. You understand? So I came with a complaint. Not like follow. Not 300 or 5 or 1,000 follow. Then I now log my complaint. So you look at favor. So even another complaint, you will try to look at the way how you will favor because you have already done a favor for you.
I was Mustafa Dabo. This latest investigation, I like police $2,000.
Yes, so cheap.
About the fighting.
Yes, so cheap.
Yeah, just $2,000. Yes.
Look at that.
So you start talking. So then I think this is the problem.
This is the problem.
And they are not having the money, and
the institutions are not there unless we have those institutions that you will.
What do you mean they're not having the money? Who's not having the money?
No, the salary. I mean, the police.
Oh, the police salary is there. Yeah, it's all boiled down to misplaced priority. Man, when people talk about the country does not have money, we are poor. No, there is money, but the money is not put where it's supposed to be. That's the bottom line.
Exactly.
There is money, a lot of money, but then if time was taken to pump money in the security sector reform and reform the entire police, the entire security, pay them salaries that they'll be able to pay their rent and be able to provide for a whole month's feeding money for their families. And be able to pay transport to and fro to work. Trust me, I'm not going to say 100% they will be incorruptible, but at least a good chunk of them, let's say 25% of them already in the 99% corrupt basket, they will at least, their conscience will not allow them. And those people will be reformed. Then as time goes on, those people can be used to reform the others. Before you know, it will come to a time that the police themselves will be prosecuting people for being corrupt. I mean, in Rwanda, a Ghanaian friend who came here to do some training or whatever, he's been there on the EU, said somebody was coming from the airport into the country, and they were stopped by a police officer for overspeeding. So because they were in a hurry and all that, they remove $100 to corrupt the police officer. Say, okay, just forgive us, let us go or whatever. You know, the police is like, what? The call for a backup, they came. They charged them for the overspeeding, ticketed them for that, and then charged them for trying to bribe a police officer.
Very good.
So if a police is at that level, that you give me $100, I don't want it. I would rather protect the law, protect the sanctity of the laws and policies of our country than collect that $100 and allow our country to be ungovernable. We can get to that stage.
But then the problem is we the people who have to speak so that those police can have that, I mean, kind of opportunity or whatever. I mean, now police can be fully suppressed now. Because banko yaja developed along ko da people there me along ko wala ka finti ya mazakunda la fa mirola so nita ko mari fongol ta ke discourage at the end of it ado ko la pour banko ida and then duba when this is security sector reform, I am telling you Kabin Sabo 27 up to now we are in a world of technology. Tell me police where are they even certificate of character in banko kanya you can only get it at Banjul. More immigration seamless.
Do you understand when you go and get certificate of character, that big magnified lens that they take and be looking at certain numbers? I don't know those characters were in Japanese or Chinese or Hindu. There's a big magnifying glass that the guy holds and be looking at the numbers and then writing. What correlation those numbers and characters has to do with me? Because you're not going to my employer and checking. You've worked at Guarantee Trust Bank for this number of years. What is your record there? You've worked at Skybank. You've worked at IEC. I think when you're talking about that, those are the places you need to go to check my record. Okay, go. Where do you bank? Guarantee Trust Bank, Eco Bank. Let's look at your statement. Let's write to the bank and say, okay, this person has been banking there. Can you tell us his financial history or whatever? You use that information to give me a certificate of character. But that magnifying glass that the person is not even seeing. Because I asked the guy, what is it? Oh, magnifying glass or whatever. Let me see. I look, I'm not even seeing the numbers.
I just want to put this point here. You see, just even Senegal jump. When you were entering to Senegal.
No, this instant laws.
No, I'm talking about those incense laws no jamle. But what I'm telling you, in the control, the security sector reform, for example, you know, there are a lot of things. Let's say, Benika Senegal, you know it. Another ID card will be able. When you reach at the border, they take your fingerprints, they take your everything. When you enter into Senegal, the Senegalese people will know that go Bugagaju enter. System. They know it. But I mean, this tracking system, whenever this tracking system, whatever, no, nothing now. Yes, still, and those are technology. One and the police, the moment the police, these are people they need to. Police will access the police will and they need to be synchronized. For example, a police station in Basse, somebody at the headquarters should be able to know it. Somebody entered it in our country, we need to take his fingerprint. If I look at the end of it, the country, you see this crime rate, all this crime rate in the answer, there is no regulation with it because the system, they are eating liquor. I don't understand. Listen, I remember during Nyom side was on protest. I was there with Fatou. Police be on Purusani tear gas. What is happening? Sani tear gas. What's on Gambia? Muson go pause. But I was trying to talk to him. I am a journalist. You know, the Mambuganga protect so that Purunyu Tao because you don't let me jangle. Masuma car jangle. So they at a protest, see side police again and police then lolu pour you understand. But it seems they don't understand that I don't care. You need to leave this place. Yes, seriously. So, but I think they need to understand some of these things. So, wholly in other countries, conflicts demonstrations and others. The guys journalists they are behind the police because the police should protect them. Well, you know, man, I don't care. I said, coffee.
And also so crazy. I think there are a lot of things
a huge knowledge gap. A huge knowledge gap.
Exactly.
And I think this all boils down to our leaders who are supposed to provide the resources. I mean, when you say resources, it encompasses everything else. The technical resources, the financial resources, everything else. To them, to be where they're supposed to be. It's not going to happen overnight. It's a process, but at least let it start.
Indeed.
When it starts, then this trainer process, the first people that will be trained and to a level that they are competent enough, they can also go ahead and train the people. Man sude man amna lima wara am. Yo amna yoy des na ne dede du nonu. Li ak li bu ko defé non ayoy non. I mean, you go to a police station to write a statement, sir. It's a problem. You know, the other day I went to Serekunda police station. A friend's brother had a problem there. My friend was away and called me to just go and find out. So I was there. They were writing the statement. So they wrote the statement and then read it out to the boy. And the boy said, no. And all that thing. Police
just look at that.
And I was like, no. What can my mom statement be? Mune mom la way bind na ko ba pare understand nga mom du de wax bu baax duma ko de deg man ko okay so ko degute dang ko laajaat mu explain la be yow nga ne deg nga ko nga bind ko way yow nga ne degulo ko so nga bind li nga fokk ne lolou la wax nga bind li nga buga ba pare nga buga mu sign ko nga buga ko def ni bosam te mom mu ne du li la wax. So we had a push and pull until the SO had to come. I said no, he will not sign it and he doesn't own the statement because he is saying that that's not what I said, this is what I said. And he wrote something different. Why do you want to push him to accept that? The handwriting was bad. The English was bad. The comprehension was bad. And you want to force it on somebody. If you say no, they use it to punish you. So you see victims also, they get intimidated. They're intimidated to not even say, no, this is not what I said, or this is the correct thing. Because if you try to correct them, they get so annoyed with you and punish you further.
The point is,
so to avoid that,
police, because of I'm not going to naturally the police, just like Kasa or Kasa. Naturally, the police, right? So the first statement we la jox bu dee nekk ak ñoom si seen own statement bi dañ wàlloo xam ne ñoom sax xamuñ ko because man mus naa ko lifin I remember during the coffee time coffee you know gaa dañ dee nangu ñu génn ñun dañ dee génn si guddi pour dem coffee am na benn boy buñ téye boy bi dafa tiit ba nit noonu wax sax xamut ko you know interview mu ngi fa still now but the boy was saying man fu ma jógee amut police I went to buy suma nijaay moo gaañu he was not saying it makes sense you can remember that right? So then I just said most of these people suñ demee si police station they should be given time you know so jëlee statement am bi soo ko ridalee mu ne this is not what I said repeat it
it's important c'est abouchi la clara de wa because ñu la loi bi samong la wane ne you know the person must have a state of mind bala ngay obtain a statement from the person but fii du loolu rek de and even absolute right the right to remain silent is absolute
it's absolute right
nobody should force you to say anything against yourself or to even give statement at the police mun nga dem nga ne I will not even talk court lay wax and nga dem si court bi nga wax foofu but foofu soo fa demee nga ne I'm not gonna give a statement you will be forced to give a statement because the funniest thing is independent witness is always a friend to the police and it's wrong. That independent person should be somebody unknown by the police. You should go to you pick somebody and case like but that person will be a friend to the police. So sometimes they will even obtain your station. Then of course sign. Then second day or the third day, the independent witness will come. You read statement and you witness it. Yes, you sign. Sometimes they are absent. And what so they say evidence as big. Present from letter A, to Z. Every single word Mohammed Mungejoge or Koko of Kowara witness ne. They will confirm with what has been stated. Then will confirm the Yola Nanango sign. But after 3 days, no matter the coup d'etat case, I'm not so evident because that evident the statement of those people were obtained after the second third because the next day was a public holiday. Then the following day, the third day, like Muna Indian independent witness, and the court didn't accept it because the boy it was not in the presence of any independent. Because that's very clear on the evidence ad. But right to absolute silence. Then let for saying law hamne bugulo ko wa. And you should not even speak when you feel like you have a lawyer who should come before you alter any statement. But then like, man, you're bullying up, then you want to so because you know they want ignorance of the law is not an excuse. But you need police officers that are ignorance of the law. So, but citizens is sort of a
core ignorance.
So, we are all under one umbrella when you say those things. Irrespective of you have a uniform or not, as far as we are all citizens, we are all equal. That's what the law says. What is my right is your right. You should know the law to your fingertips so that you will not violate my right as a citizen. But if those people who are the custodians of the law, whom they are ignorance of the law, you have a problem for administration of justice. And this is
if you look at the case of this Alviad boys, that Alviad case, there is complete abuse of one's right. How can you just go and pick somebody and deport him, without the due process? All those things are happening. You understand? So maybe they will I think it's high time, you understand, and those citizens solo we try to learn right? It's very important. So and it's also important because Kexx was with this the visit of Chambers. So it was there when they are having this conference.
So so we go straight to the our next topic, which is very important because a lot of Gambians are not talking about this, and it's definitely a concern that akamta Gambia minister fa way nyim fole na kodo nan kamo min don to Senegal la tata le fo $1 kodo la atana fo $20 million kodo la nga Senegal don to wala electricity bayrin ko courant wata ito lembulu donc do le problème mo so dala because recently nga Niger jele Nigeria le ka electricity dealer do kabrim problème mo keta rek Nigeria la electricity kondo son dol fanan minister min volum yinde ko nga Senegal don to ñin kodol la right Senelec lafta ka in fact Gambia kuntule so it was the president Barrow wala Macky Sall call pour ka je ko e mol connect ko rek so Macky Sall ko gayle ko pour Gambia connect so inata Gambia connect but now the concern is Macky Sall time o min tuta ya mansia kari dantane tuta pour ay boje na botaji Mindo nata maybe don't function for no manke maybe if Gambia disconnect la and then the only option available iko anta solar lenati la but even was solar at a Gambia sila but let's look at the relationship between Gambia and Senegal starting from the Senegal or Gambia and everything. Do you think is anything genuine?
Yeah, first of all, it's important we understand, why countries go into agreements. And it's very, very clear. First thing, you cannot go into any agreement that will derogate the sovereignty of the country. And you cannot go into any agreement that will not be a win-win situation, where your country will be at the advantage. You have to first put the interest of your country. And we look at all these agreements that we are signing with Senegal, from the fishing agreement that we have, that, okay, Senegal have right to come and fish in our rivers, we have right to go and fish. But where is this? What is there to fish in Senegal's river?
Exactly. Because if it was fish in Senegal, they wouldn't have the need to come to Gambia. So leave Senegal to go to
when you look at the interest there, it's just that you are telling Senegal, come and fish in the Gambia and catch our
indirectly.
Fish. Indirectly. But, when you look at where the law is talking about the interest here, at least you have to look at the interest. The interest of Gambia is not there. More interest is on Senegal. You look at the issue of this electricity, taking electricity from Senegal. Look at the population of this country. Nagak is not today. I think it starts from my time. I know GUC. I don't know GUC. During my time, it was GUC. But before GUC, there was another company prior to that. But I know GUC during my time. You look at the trend, the revenue that they have been collecting as an institution. There should be a program in terms of, this is not sustainable. Generator supply. I was in Gun Petroleum when Navek will come and take their supplies in terms of HFO, heavy fuels and other things. How many weeks, do they take to run those engines? And I also, build the Brikama power station. That's the 9 megawatts. It's our company who built it. So I was there. I know what's the whole issue. I understand everything, how much it costs in terms of maintenance and other things. Why can't we look at, an alternative, lasting solution, to the whole issue rather than relying on, because this is a key factor, revenue, the economic of our country. Electricity is #1 factor in terms of all those things. You will see some businessmen will come to this country for investment, and they will leave because of the lack of steady of our electricity, they will not invest in this country. Now we could have moved in terms of our home uses and other things. They could go into renewable energy, either solar or even windmill, whereby there is just one-time investment. You just invest on it one time, and it's there, maybe until maintenance, and that takes time because I have solar in our village in Yamin. But since we installed it, we never maintenance, and it's serving the purpose. So you supply the homes in terms of from the renewable, either wind or this one. Then you rely maybe the generator for now, you rely on big companies like the Banjul breweries, like these factories that are running heavy factories, those things. Then you know that you have a distinction in terms of supply of electricity. You will see that people will have, but you go, you bring car power. You are paying them millions, even not in dollars, millions of dollars. You count how much, after the contract, how much have you spent in that thing? Could not that build at least a solar power generation for the country? So these are things that are not sustainable. Like you said, Macky Sall could live again. Like, you cannot continue owing me. At the end of the day, I will fall. So there will be a time Senelec will react that they have to pay, maybe because of the intervention of the two presidents. But will that trend continue? Whether the other president who is coming after Macky will accept this, or not. So if these are not sustainable, then we have to look in for a lasting solution. But why would we rely on all those things when we have the abundant mineral resources that we can? Just look at the black sand in Sanyang that is being mined in this country. You go and check the containers that are leaving our ports with how many tons of black sand. If government is really ready, they could have said that, okay, let's now, the money that is generated from this, at least we want to move from borrowing power or renting electricity from the people. For the next 5 years, our plan is to make sure that we have the needed electricity supply for it. So for the next 5 years, any money, because it's not coming to the consolidated fund of our revenue. I have never seen in any budget section in Parliament where a minister will tell you that this is the money generated from the black sand in Sanyang. And the law is saying any revenue that is collected on behalf of the Gambia must be in the consolidated fund of the state, and it must be before the National Assembly. And before anybody will take that money, it has to come through a National Assembly, Section 50 of the Constitution. But all these things are not the fishing agreements. Where is the money? It never comes to the Parliament to tell you that, okay, this is the money that is generated from the fishing agreement. So all those money, so we have the resources here to build our own power generation capacity that will serve our purpose. And unless we think from that, we will be embarrassed. So there will be a day we will have a problem, because now people of the greater Banjul are used to electricity. Like last time when I had their expansion, yes, they said the distribution of state resources should be equally. That's what the law is saying. But the people of Greater Banjul area, we are used to it. Like if you go to my place, Nyamene, they have electricity, it's not a problem. Before thinking of expanding this rural area, you cannot satisfy the people of Greater Banjul. Those who are used to it, they cannot live with it because it's now become part of their system. That if electricity go off, you see people on top of buildings outside because they cannot sleep in their house because of there's no AC. So these people are used to it. At least satisfy those people until you get 100. But now you build Basse Power Station, Brikama, Kauru, Farafenya, that you cannot even satisfy all of them. So this is the problem that we have. But it's not that we don't have the resources, but we are not thinking outside the box to know that the things that we are doing, they are not sustainable.
Yeah, but it's like the president last time. I think it's like Gambia electricity so that for our generator will be I just don't understand that. I wish I can ask the president. I am the Grand Bantaba.
I know.
Generator after because light sign is a problem. And Geo also is the same. No, generator
no, if generators are off, then we would not have that boat in the sea that is supplying us electricity. So, but we don't have enough that we need. That's why we are borrowing power.
Sirfo is going out today.
So we don't have enough. This is why we are.
Go ahead.
Yes, we don't have enough. This is why we have the problem of electricity in terms of why we are borrowing. But if we have enough, but we think that the one that is built in Basse, I don't know what is the name, Jarasoma or OMVG, which is the sub-African power supply. We have seen they are building the poles on the street, and Jikita Koniwonatana, maybe it can sustain us because that's whole of West Africa investing in terms of the power generation, in West Africa and the sub-regions of this country. But as for now, we have to think of alternative rather than just relying on generated currents. We have to move into renewable energies, so that at least we can meet the demands of the Gambian people. But if you look at it, because we solely rely on fuel, this is why the cash powers are increasing, because they need to pay, in terms of the service, the fuels, the filters. It's so expensive.
Yeah. So
this is
no. Technicians are slow.
The thing is, this OMVG, sir, you will see in Gambia, they've built that structure there. They did a lot of inauguration or whatever, optics, photo ops and all that. But we are not in control. Is it, from foreign country, let's say Guinea. You understand?
Yes,
and people will tell you, even Guinea, swing infrastructural development,
we are advanced. We are more
exactly.
advanced.
We're more advanced in terms of that. So apparently, right now, it's like we're going to be sitting and waiting. And all of those people, have maintenance, maintenance, zero, zip or nada. At the end of the day, the menu are doing a lot of money. By the time it's going to be started, up and running, put maintenance, so many things, and keep them up to date and at par or according to standard of what it's supposed to be. So, Fofomom is a non-starter, sir. Why? Man, suma thing, why? Gambia again, we're an independent state. Ñun lan lañ mënal suñ bopp as a country. What do we do ba nga xam ne ñeneen ñi dinañ jëw ne ok ñun ñu dimbale ñeneen. The only time I see the Gambia dimbale ñi mooy biñ demee di xeexal Rohingya.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of claps on that. But apart from that, what do we do? You understand? Now, ñu ngi depend on car power ak Senelec. So nawet moom mooy loolu rek. Xanaa fuus. Léegi $20 million. It's not realistic. At the end of the day, Macky Sall is not saying, okay, Senelec, you know what? Kiss my charming, la suma doomi ndey la. They say, hamut munut, amut lu bari. So dama ko jàppale, nañ leen ko bàyyi, ñu start at zero. All Macky Sall is saying, let's not cut them off. You understand? Let's just allow them to keep running and still incurring because 20 million bobu nonu dafa gëna yok while we are using it. So before you knew what in the guy they press out the button, it will be what 30 million. Another 10 million yokuna fofu nonu. Why still no matter what it has to be paid. Ana halis bi fan na mo joge kan mako fay. Ñun askan bi still it's in our name. While the small meager resources that we have ñu ko dugal fenen. Comme lu Kexx di wax urban area, it's not a matter of the people are used to electricity, but the reality of the fact is the key sectors that are driving the economy of the country is in the urban areas.
Yes, yeah.
It's not in the rural area. So that's why it is so pertinent and important
in
to have
investors.
Exactly, to have stable electricity si fini courant bi nekk fini pour nit ñi mun koo jëfandoo because li nga xam ne mooy dundal dëkk bi parce que dëkk bi is a tax base naamo lempo mooy dundal dëkk bi apart from du dara léegi su nekkee ne loolu noonu lii indi naamo bi loolu nekkul di dox nekkul di am naka la naamo bi di ñëwee pour dëkk bi pour mun a dox so problème bu mag boo xam ne la ñi nga xam ne ñoo war a ut saafaral ko ñoo war a ut ni ko niñ koy lijjantee ñoom seen xam-xam màccut li leen soxal mooy moto beeg sut yuñ passé wuti ak tukki beeg padi em beeg ak door mbaga man may ministre honorable parce que nekkuñ di seen askan bi seen ak seen yelleef saxalu leen li askan bi di jooy saxalu leen I mean 2016 2017 the amount of goodwill, amount of investors that had goodwill to come in the country and work here and invest here. Man, what happened? Where did we fail? Where did things go wrong? I don't understand. And this deal, and the other thing, my new askan bi, linde wara wax duñ ko dé wax. Lu important comme li. Understand? Gisuma ken ko wax, gisuma ken ko even though minister bi ci bopam raise na the alarm. Ding. We are panic button. We are in a situation, but ken faale wu ko. waaye su ma toogoon fii nii di wax buuba naka la ko yaayam juree ak yu ko yëkkatoon ñëpp dinañ ci am interest ñëpp dinañ ko bëgg a dégga te li ma wax buuba dama koo xaas amalut kenn njëriñ joxut kenn mu lekk joxut kenn mu naan taxut kenn nelaw taxut kenn eewu xam nga ñun suñ ñu war a seetaat suñ boppa $20 million. It's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. This is scandalous. It's a big problem.
But it's also a shame.
It is a shame. Ba pare li ci gën a naka lañ ko neex sax Macky Sall moom pour moom lii daf ko gënal parce que Macky Sall moom as long as mu ngi stay in Sénégal li ko gënal moom mu moom ñu si naka mu jëflante ñun li nga xam ne dafa moom suñ but fu mu ñu ne xoolal nga xool fu mu ne ñu demal nga dem fu mu ne ñu waxal nga wax parce que ku la amel 20 millions téye press button bi remote control bi mu ne na nekk rek il ne nekk rek ma ne ko pour mu fay li nga nekk ko xoog foon ko loolu ngaa def fu mu nekk lu mu la wax loolu ngaa def su ko amel 20 millions dalasi kooku noonu ko xas di nga toog nga déglu ko kooku ku ko saaga di nga ko déglu di nga jóg xeexal ko ba xaj tëdda génnam tëdda parce que li nga xam daf la moo so at least and many more li Kexx di wax the fishing agreement ñu ngi ñëw jël suñ jën bi yëpp yóbbu ko da black sand man waxuma ne sañu yóbbu man dama ne black sand bi war sa génn ñi ko jël di ko yóbbu ak liñ ca defar compagnies yooyu factories yooyu nañ ko ñoo def fii am nañ laan pour biir factories it doesn't matter whatever size am nañ ko ki nga rural area bi nii is naka lañ ko urban area is so densely populated booy dem fooñi sax danga daw balaa ngaa gis benn kër daw nga gis benn kër nga jógee foofu dugga si LRR bi nga daw nga gis beneen kër nga daw all that land why is it just out there Kerr ba avenue bii nii Batil Harding avenue bi yëpp sampa nañ ko fu mu nekk nii foo tisooli sax amatuloo ko fii mu ngi fees te doo xam ñan ñooy sampa xamuloo ñan ñooy sampa xamuloo ñan ñoo ko moom xamuloo xaalis bu wax all of a sudden naka la everybody became so rich to put those multi-million-dollar structures courant amut ndox amut yoon amut for what li ñu war a jublu wuñ foofu noonu and again like it or don't like it ku ko bëgg a dégg fatal sa noppal put air plug it all boils down to lack of proper leadership, lack of a leadership with foresight, lack of a leadership who is empathetic and visionary and have the people of his country at heart. Point blank period. Nothing short of that. If that is change, we will see a difference.
Thank you so much. Silvo, Gambia, Senegal, don't do it.
Are you okay now? You're settled?
I would say Charles Pierre.
Anyway, so when we do that, leñim programme ñu bi akumada bakele because be kumul mel fokam kulle million ko banku dolu sulata kawol la moy na weta ko ni dara je abenda silankam bakele because from 2019 or 2018 kabe started a new contract was signed with Senelec, so government below Fatou. It's like now they are not making any efforts so it's like there'll be operational form at some point pour la monde de opérer comme hospital avec Sénégal le boule ni ben mo tan opérer comme
this deal with Senegal, even Kapawa, it was meant to be a short-term solution. That's the point. And I mean, since when? How many years now? You don't even hear them talk about
sign a solution.
Exactly. Yeah, so once you have it, right, you can get talk.
Yes. Kapawa was just when Kapawa came, they said they're going to be here for some.
Man Kapawa was just
so this is the point. Banko do Gambia bo problem mo ko. Nawek la ko be dam sa nawek be fakan. Nawek be fakan. And from 2016, 2017, ko do jelle along World Bank, IDA, and many international organizations, you could get a pump to NAWEC for transmission and distribution. Where are they putting that money?
You went to salaries.
No, because you cannot tell me that's going to salaries. So this means and then again, whatever the Mendika Mola, we are also paying.
Yeah,
the cash power you give cash, you give electricity. So why are they they are owing Senegal? Now, if you go to provinces now, everywhere that again, the more you are generating, the more you are paying. So, yes, and the biggest question is silent thing. Where is this money?
No, that's the bad. Now we went to Parliament and asked Parliament that they are collapsing and they need government to bail them.
They are collapsing. And they will keep collapsing.
So you have to take taxpayers' money to make Nawek viable.
You see, Bura, if you go to places like Niger,
and some people suggested Bura,
if you go to Niger, if you go to Niger, you see, let's say Saturday, let's say only Maradi Dama, you have this Melka GOD, this water company, you have about 3-4 water companies. The private water companies. This is a private thing. Because this is the only thing me along.
May competitors or maybe
yes. So this is the only thing. So now you don't blow the fire. There are other companies. Me along they ready even use solar plant make up and they want to do it. But Nawek is not giving them that room. There are governments interested who can wafi. But they are not giving them that room because they want to take the full responsibility. But if you want to take the full responsibility, you have to do Senegal, electricity carbon through what? If it is dam, hey, dam is something we can build it ourselves. It's not only in the river, most are building no dam. No. Gambia land, so we have a land. We can develop our own one. The water will be moving all the time. And so the first thing through that.
Even the West can be generated to the power.
Yes.
It's just that the thing being outside.
It's just like a thing.
God don't know where.
Follow. Maybe they will say because of maybe they don't want to use bar because of we getting back on, but that is not the case. The case is this country we are corrupt. Corruption will be in bank corruption only. But corruption can be in bank when Adama Barrow's government came up to now, how many grant? How many grants come for NAWEC? How many grants come for national development? But those grants are they can put into where? This is the biggest question.
So now, what about our relationship with Senegal?
So the relationship with Senegal is all about Senegal. It's not Butolu. It's all about Senegal. If you look at the population, because Senegal in a population, it can mention in Tola. That is more. Where they Sambaka? You have no doubt. It's all to the interest of Senegal.
Gambian people.
No, Gambian people. That's the point. You know the Gambian people. No. Maybe you say it can come like it can fail Gambian people. But I am telling you, these people are shocking us. They shock on the common yellow. So that is the problem. In Senegal control our river. So even smoke from Santa Fe, Senegal control it. Dig Dagar. Dig for Dig Dagar Lam. Dig Diga. I go for Dig Diga for Dig Dagar Lam. All those people, because you know why they brought all those things? Because when Gambia Boso so the Kara Senegal, they start bringing their own one. Control business in Dakar. All over it, wherever we are bothering with them, they went and put their forces.
But hey, man, guess not come on like it's not Kuneka. si looy duga sa interest moo war a nekk paramount dégg loolu Sénégal transport union bi is unified and dañ am fulla dañ am fayda dañ xam ñoom ñooy kan so man duma leen ci bile interest la ñoo protect ñun ñoo war a mun a tooga ñoom si table ñu protect interest ñaata yoon la fi Sénégal de toog ñu teg ci yoon bi te duñ ci mun dara ñun suñ tëjee 7 o'clock balaa 5 o'clock ubbi nañ so at the end of the day man duma leen ci blame te Macky Sall li duma ko blame Macky Sall at the end of the day Macky Sall West Coast nag nga war a am ma transport council I'm gonna work with look we have to work together yow West Coast nga am no waaye li ma la wax mooy ne ma West Coast de man my responsible man I have the biggest council the biggest West Coast la most of the West Coast region. KMC. I'm going to work with every ñoo war a seetaat suñ boppa ñoo war a defaraat suñ tool comme suñ boppa te bàyyi follow bi suñ kaddu dëgërut te da ngaa gis ñu ne transport union bi dañoo strike or whatever suba lañ ko wax dañ ko dee wàcc nag duñ dee jóg rek def ko de parce que ku paree def dara doo ko wàcc dañoo wàcc nag am 2 days di give room for negotiation and neexal suñ leen du mooyoo ñu xëy na strike ne then before ngay ko dégga suñ ne strike lañ tax 30% mooy strike dafa 70% yëpp dee on the road at the end of the day loolu naka la moo lii Sénégal demal ñu ne la transport union ñooy strike dofuloo sa nga jóg di teg ci kaw yoon bi sa xam nga ñooñu dañ leen respect so moo tax ñun I pray that
the issue let me just try to close my distance if you understand nawet la pour mbamu mind or mind ko nearly everyone is corrupt now the wonko be they see it from the top. You see this World Bank 43 million grant for transmission and distribution kabanata the hands of the president and his wife entered. That's where the problem starts, because the company they awarded that contract, that Chinese company, may President Barrow Nala enterajol bondijang ay sambar China ay murundina. When the money went to the first lady's account, and the now people know that this only happened just because of Ntol. That's changing them also to do whatever they want to do. So the electrification company right now, it will die because they have seen corruption from the top. So now everybody down is trying to survive. So this is why
actually for that corruption does not make any difference in that. Where the corruption is, let's talk about that. No, because those are pittings. It doesn't make any difference. What I'm saying, the bigger one. Man, those people in the bottom, those small, I don't call it. No. People are surviving. Survival of the fittest. It's means of survival. The corruption is where it is. Let's talk about it.
Let me tell you something. That's why I said from the top. The problem is from the top. So from the top, when the top is corrupt, the million become corrupt, the lower also become corrupt, and now the system collapses. So this is why Namek fails that. So Minister Kamembe Kumbo, I am telling you this. Akamembe is quite true. In Senegal, a new president also. They will try Kajoko whatever they are having. If I'm telling you, they are controlled within Senegal. The energy sector, we have no problem in our energy sector. Come on, the black sun.
No, but they are right in that.
Listen,
we more than for $20 million. No,
that is everybody. That's their right. That's their right. But for the first and foremost, should we don't them that one again? No. We should not so we are not controlling our resources until we are doing some communication for this black sand. They should have invited black sand company. They should have invited them in your company. They created employment for our people. But why are they?
That is glass.
This reminds me of something we need to talk about it.
What is that?
We need to go this sand mining. But this sand mining is something government the value without the interest or without the citizen getting interest from it. You know that geology is not under, it's not directly under the ministry, but under the office of the president. Under the office of the president. Yes, I am telling you. A lot of money. Let me tell you something. The amount of money men can generate from it. And allegedly, I am telling you, you see now, that geology we're talking now, if you go to the sand mining, this side, the coastal side, blocked as we're speaking. So-called block at the coastal side. There are other people there, they said they are going to take them to court. So now, only Banjul, Denton Bridge is the only place everybody can do. Ideally, I understand the licensing order, may I want to go to Banjul, Denton Bridge. One family, some other family. That one, some other family, and the one may I want to go to licensing Banjul. But the one who is approving, mental license approval at the environment, also is somebody, the same family. So it's like right now, the energy sector from the geology science and right now that is even being compromised. It become a family thing. So what is the point?
And that's a topic that is so much of an interest.
I am telling you.
And the Birkama.
No. It's not about Birkama. It's about no. We are not. Let me tell you something. No. Let me tell you something. Sand mining is not under the sand mining is on the geology. But the problem here is all that money geology is getting. Where are they taking this money? How are we benefiting from this money? This is the bigger and then the people who are approving the license now, why today they are blocking these people, the coastal side, and they are only they are forcing people. This is almost forcing people to go and buy a sand. The people don't want to buy it. So we want the Minister of Environment and the team, the Minister of Energy, let them come out and talk to us. What is going on? What is going on at Minister of Environment? What is going on at Geology? Gamblers want to know this because our money is our money.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Sivo. Kexx, laftalum na diamo about Nigeria Kuala, but time on Mbija Mansia. Laftal meaning about already there is a consultation on the Kirin, pro draft constitution on Muruna, and you attend Kane. You've seen the Pichol Mialongo or Lebataje. Mune caring. Is it at the side of the Caravaja?
Yes,
Mune caring.
Yeah, Kongalo Nyame, the 1997 constitution on Belo Sondako, Manka constitution on the Mialongo that. Si Gambia ringol kontantala an hemel opposition so kachakera no na draft constitution o dadano fa be pare da fada cabinet approve ya fay député bu nyati no la but because of the threshold sulata men naje man now so because you need 43 people to say yes to the constitution for it to go to referendum or man now so 28 against 25 like then I filter so we feel like still now sulata constitution so international idea I feel like they want to champion because Kaba filter they were there trying to bring it back, a cool try mankiano. So all the Murana Korega Purka Mol Kumandi, politician all because the whole failure of the constitution was more of politically. But the vast majority of the Gambian people will after new constitution. You ask the opinion about the Gambian people, they'll tell you we need a new constitution. So but why did it fail when the majority of the Gambian because political appeal during the parliamentary time so there was a more of political rather than the interest of the Gambian people that okay this particular section doesn't favor my president or my political leader, so I will go against it. Okay, this session is against feminism or sexuality, homosexual or Christian community, so I will commit to people to say and let them vote. The word circular should not be there, it should be there. These were the debates that we have. So I feel that. So they invited political parties because the first failure, the political party will have a key role to play. So first, let's invite those people and seek their opinion. So they invite all the political parties. Political leader like Dolnata Dolia representative like UDP. We see Honorable Dabo Fangolenatanan because of his CD interest in it. Doi we see Halifa Sallah. For NPP we see Sidinja and the other. Sirif Sise, who came on behalf of the president, this thing. Gaj too, we see the deputy, the other boy, I forget his name. Bio. Bio came on behalf. My Fatou too, I think he was having a representative there. PPP, we have seen Keba Jallo there, who is now the party leader. So so discussion was started, all the political parties on the podium, they speak, for them they are ready to negotiate. Then we will have a problem. So they are ready for, to negotiate. So they are thinking of creating what we call a committee that will invite all these parties. is the Christian community, so that they will sit with the Muslim community and agree on, let them explain to them the word circular, what does it mean, whether it affects this religion or particular, or it's generally for everybody, because there's misconception, and there were people on the social media, they went and they were interpreting it wrong way. Some went up to an extent that they were saying that it will even encourage homosexuality. But when you look at the entire clause of the provisions, you will not see anywhere that encourage homosexuality. But because of misinterpretation, so they feel like about the president's terms that he have served will be counted when we have a new constitution. It's a debate. So they want at least to sit with political leaders to discuss whether we can include 1 term, or we can include 2 terms, or we can just start afresh when the constitution is passed through the referendum and is assented by the president. Then as we will say now the term of the president start now for a 2 term of president. For negotiate. So all kachabe ke kanje and so far jikira kodal jiko bijele kodal science simfal menta jikira kabe kalanda ndungil manna da wora kabe political party la fana ko bari civil society will fana have a key to play. You fana invite kara media, because this misinformational member cake about secularism, what does it mean, homosexuality. So by media will now amplify the content after having an idea of all these things. So they will be on board, they will know what are the clauses, then it will find the public informed to know what is there. But you cannot have a referendum because another threshold is too high that you need 75% of the entire population to say yes before a constitution will pass. So that means that you need a more sensitization. And the institution that should do that, the civil education is the most dormant institution that we have in this country. No, like seriously, they do nothing absolutely. You ask them, they say they don't have the budget, they don't have vehicles, so it has a problem.
They don't have budget, but their salaries are being
this country
and they have vehicles to ply at the streets around.
So it's the media that is doing the role of the civil education rather than civil education taking their responsibility to educate the people. So the kachabe kekanji and jikida kodal definitely Gambia deserve a 3rd republic, because the 2nd republic, history akang hakilo bulandin is not a good history. So and we cannot move into the 3rd republic until we have a constitution that will usher in a 3rd republic. So and we must accept that you will never have a perfect constitution. Every constitution in the world will not favor everybody. There will be other clauses that that you will go against it. So let's accept that at least we have, as we go on, we'll keep on amending. You go to America, they have their constitution since when they keep on amending as the world is evolving, things are changing, they change, to meet the standards of the century they are in. So we can also do that and make sure that we change it as we are going, but we need a 3rd republic, to forget about the 2nd republic, because the 2nd republic has a bad history when it comes to the records of human rights and other violations.
Thank you so much. Kexx, thank you very much for coming. Nga molbe tinduke je bage ko nga fa nyamen rong bi fa fa manna because man kende ya
kana fu am kende ya kana fu mo kende ya ko ko kama nano do
ano akwa man kende
ayana ni
ala mo buka sasa kankura
ayana en ko
bare buka fu mo
Kexx na mole mu
okay fa manna because kende ya so MC ning Silfo be karla nyo falin na lesay ngo for program wala starting because MC join the UDP lesay wala tinna ko nga fo nyamen rong an karala tentu binta mi alon ka be costaro gara soro alsi binta commandino on the 2410641 2410641 atere biodina after anata karafana be costaro to marché to gara so nyimbe dame ngabe wolto bare nganna sponsor tendu ke je baake Kerr find mi alon ko recorda wa fole ke gambe banko kan jang Allah fa koda na dawda ya sotole bari ka loro fanankele si koda sanno ya loy na tere be gambe bantala dron Kerr find la nombal mil ka bari screen o duma alse commandino bari na lafta kodo kila momo e jandong ala ki true sense finance la be alon ko itolo fanan kodi kiwo gambia jan sain mo jamal ki muna fang itolle la ni na ta gambia banko kan jam bunda kimi fly wala soro abo fanan be bulu mi alon ko nale a download al si credit ko ni cash po be sanno abo jintole fo argument nala ngana technician ol tendo Charles Elvis ngomle muta fo sa masimoto sire fanam bijanne fatsila yes anin juma kasa mi alon ko aga coordinate kan Lamin Fatou
number 1 bag of
waaw sa bag bi waaw
okay
dama fàtte turam bi sax num tuda
roy
waruma fàtte sa tur bi Jaayo waruma fàtte sa tur bi waaw Jaayo
exactly
dañu war a seedoo na Sirifo affaire bi seedoo la war a nekk seedoo
look at this I want you guys to comment on the screen. Man ak Buba. Man my number 1.
Comment.
Please comment.
Kasa is out.
Number 1.
Thank you very much for argument ala ni ala kid. Lamin fadi le muda barada no. Ala baraka bay. Kasa tayo band. Thank you. Bye bye for next Friday.
The Fund for Regional Stabilization and Development (FRSD) within fragile regions in ECOWAS member states seeks to strengthen the capacities of the ECOWAS Commission and selected member countries to shape socio-economic stabilization processes in the region. The FRSD program supports the establishment of a funding mechanism, a flexible, efficient and effective tool to prevent and react to socio-economic crises in the ECOWAS sub-region. This includes organizational and capacity development at the level of the ECOWAS Commission. The fund targets people affected by societal crises and their economic consequences in West Africa. The pilot project in the Gambia supports skills development and financial services along the horticulture, poultry and fisheries value chains. FRSD targets 3,000 beneficiaries comprising of youth, women and migrant returnees between 16 to 35 years resident in any of these regions: Greater Banjul area, Lower River region and Upper River region. We provide capacity building training opportunities, inform beneficiaries on financial services, support micro-business startups in the agricultural sector, and offer psychosocial services for returnees. Our focus on value chains makes it possible to look at the big picture of income opportunities for the young generation in the Gambia. We look at the full range of activities needed to create a product or service from its conception to its consumption. Design, production, marketing and distribution on the local as well as regional markets. GIZ is supporting the ECOWAS Commission to implement the Gambia pilot project activities in the Gambia.
Kerr is a real estate company that focuses on property development within the Gambia. We pride ourselves with providing not just quality and durable houses, but also state-of-the-art designs tailored to our clients' tastes and expectations. Our unique experience and expertise is second to none in the industry. We are currently building and selling 3-bedroom bungalows at Sukuta Traffic Lights and Jabang. We're also building and selling 3-bedroom story buildings at Sukuta Paradise. Other sites are also in the pipeline. With Kerr, payment options are available. With just 40% deposit, you can get your house started. For more information, contact us on 329-5188, 727-0049, 709-8418. You can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Kerr. With Kerr, you are assured of a secure investment.
Sensei Finance. For all your money transfer needs from UK to the Gambia, we offer services including cash pickups, bank deposits, cash power purchase, and mobile top-up. Pick up at any MSJ branches throughout the country. We are open for business every day, including Sundays. Download our easy-to-use app and enjoy the best rates in the market. Available on all Android and iOS devices.